Bam, 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 bam. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, jumping on into the live stream. It is Sunday night. We're ready to go. 38,900 Bitcoin. Pushing up a little bit here. Let's see if we can hold 38,500 area for support and see where we go from there. Let's take a look. 39,000 just cracked here as we're looking at it on Binance. We got some news. Also, world markets will be closed tomorrow. World markets will be closed tomorrow. That's going to have a little impact on how we see things. We will not have the stock market opening up. We cannot look at the futures market for today. Let's start with the Fear and Greed Index. I like to look at that right when I jump into the charts. Talk about what's happening. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index. If you didn't know what this is, it's down in 25, back to the shaded area. We got into neutral. We were at 51, if you could believe it. Last week at 46. I could not believe that last month at 13. When you got into the 9, 10 region, single digits is a blessing. If you can get down in here, that is the best time to buy Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, I don't know how much more people will sell Bitcoin down. You have a lot of institutions who keep buying it in to the $30,000 level. And to me, it's got a fair value around 28,000, 32,000 area. I could be completely wrong, but in my mind, from when I look at the price of gold, the price of the markets, inflation, you have to remember, inflation rises the price of Bitcoin. You get it? If inflation goes up so much, Bitcoin can only go down so much because they've inflated the price up. Like if they keep printing money, Bitcoin can't go below 20,000. You get it? It'll become physically impossible because they printed too much money for Bitcoin to ever go below 20K. Do you get what you see what I'm saying? Because if you keep putting money out and the dollar ends up losing so much value, but you don't print more Bitcoin, then internally, every time there's more Bitcoin, there's more dollars out there, it inherently raises the bottom for Bitcoin. You get it? And they have to keep printing. They can't stop right now. Even if they can pull back, they can't stop printing. They're going to have to print till we keep going, until it goes to zero. So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's going to be some type of movement here for Bitcoin because I believe even if the world economies go bad, fine, it will bring Bitcoin down a little bit. 30K, 25K, I see is the fair value. I don't see it much lower. Bitcoin just did an amazing thing here. It bounced up here high on the 1 hour time frame. 15-minute has a little bit of juice. It also got above this resistance at 38,800. You can see that was resistance. A little bit of a cup with a handle as it broke out of the tiny little cup and handle there. You could even have just played this wedge. It's funny how the measured move. So here is a falling wedge. We kind of flipped. You would have had to play this on the 15-minute. The 1 hour really wasn't giving you a lot of information, but the 15-minute, right? So check it out. Hold on. Damn it. So, I just want to kind of keep you guys excited because there's a lot going on behind these screens. See this screen and this screen? There's a lot going on back here that I want to talk about. All right. We're going to get into it. Don't worry. Don't you worry. We're going to get into it. We're going to get above those channels, above those movements, but just take a deep breath. You're going to get there. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Take a deep breath, please. All right. I'm going to show you the charts in a second. Just take a deep breath. All right. I love you all. For crying out loud. All right. So here you can see Bitcoin was in a falling wedge. It did get above 38,800. It's pushing up. It did get through that rejection point, which I thought it couldn't get above. And nicely, it's using it as support. However, Bitcoin now has to stay above that. If it can't stay above that, look for it to come back down and test 38.8 and then fall right back down here to 36,700. That's our bigger support region that I'm looking at. All right. So where's Bitcoin going? What's going down? Again, Sunday night, volatile. Let's take a look at the weekly candle close for Bitcoin and the weekly candle gone longer, but we did what we had to do. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Horrible, absolutely disgusting. It was fun for a couple weeks. We had 2 fun weekly candle closes. It was actually fun again, and no, huge wick right there showed me a downside that was not pretty. I could not believe that the bears would take that wick and wick us down the way they did. Absolutely horrible, disgusting, right? I mean, wow. Bitcoin would get rejected by 45,000, 6,000 area, and then just never come back from the dead. Now, the weekly candle. Let's just take a look at it. I'm not going to touch it. I usually kiss it. I don't want to look at it. It's red. It's dirty. It's nasty. I'm just going to look at it. Gosh. Let's take a look. It opened at 42,000. Beautiful candle. Everything was going well. We thought we were there at high of 44,000. 750. They got us feeling great. The low at 38,000 even to the dot. I mean, that went to exactly 38,000. That's what it says. That's so creepy. Like, how do you order us to the 0 zeros? And then it closed at 38,386, down $366,000.77, an negative 8.72% candle on the weekly. Almost a bearish engulfing candle. Thank God it did not engulf this completely. But I mean, my God, what a rejection. What a nasty moment for Bitcoin. Didn't seem natural as it was starting its move to the upside. Let's talk about what I see here. Let's break down the bigger time frames as we're here on the weekly candle close. That's what we do Sunday night. It's really time to kind of get your head right for the week ahead, get situated, take a deep breath. It's not really a time where you want to be fishing for coins, fishing to get into a trade. I see a lot of people in my group, they're just dying to get into a trade every 5 seconds. It's cool, but it's not so cool. You want to chill a little bit. I've seen that young behavior of just like feverishly forcing trades, and that can get you hurt. I can see it. Take a deep breath. It's okay. It's okay. Again, you do not have to always be in a trade. The best traders are not in a trade every single day of their lives. It's not a good look. I'll tell you that right now. If you're going to do it as long as me, 7, 8, 10 years and keep doing it, and you're in a trade every single day, think about 8 years of being in a trade. I mean, I kind of been in it. I've been in a long-term Bitcoin trade, so technically I'm always in a trade too. But like, you don't have to chase a swing every 5 seconds, I'll be honest, the people that make more money trade less. Like 8 or 9 trades a month, usually better off than the guy that's making 50 to 60 trades a month. I'm just being honest with you. I've been through it. I've done both. All right. Now I'm the seasoned old man who says, no. Right? Like the young bull says, you know how the story goes. I'm not going to repeat it, but why don't we just walk down, is the saying, why don't we just walk on down? So anyway, let's look at our support and resistance here on the weekly. You can see we got I'll look at our major support regions. So we have major support here at $36,000, which we definitely bounced from nicely. And we have the wick there, 2 candles closing. We got a little resistance right there too. There's a candle that closed right there. So you can see that is a strong level of support and resistance. We'll throw the VPVR on. That just gives us the measuring of where the buys and sells are positioned for the volume profile visible range, okay? And you can see we do have strong buy orders here on the VPVR. This is really where the big orders came in. Highly likely we don't go below this 30,000 area because there's just so much liquidity. One more guy parked low, though. Parked down here. Oh, he disappears. That's funny. Yeah, come on. 10,000. Someone believes they're going to get in. Or that was where there was actually, no, there was a lot of buy and sell orders at that point. So this is where the last bit of liquidity really hangs. You can see we got resistance there at 48,000. And then it's like, so highly likely, and this is what the VPVR is. It just shows you where the buys and sells, where the majority of the volume takes place. And there's just a lot of action right here wanting to push the price to the upside. Did we bottom at 38,000? Could that be the end of the road? Was that the last final shakeout? The max pain to really get everybody scared? At the end of the day, to a macro trader, we didn't break the previous low, so we're still golden. Like on the weekly, we're still making a higher low. You have to remember that. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks since the last low candle here. And 5 weeks straight, we have never gone back below previous highs. Actually, if you look at weekly support, it's been holding right here above $38,000. So we haven't broken below 38,000 in 3 weeks. So despite the pain to the downside, we are showing, and there's a green candle here on the weekly, which is interesting. A green candle showing here on the weekly. However, that is major support that needs to hold. I'm going to take off the VPVR now. It's annoying. It takes a second to load, and it can be cumbersome of an indicator. Okay, now, this is a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. We did get a breakout. However, we got rejected by this resistance point here. You can see there was candles closing right there. And right in this zone, it's a bit of a zone here, and we couldn't get a buy. 45,000 to the 45,800 to 46,000 area. That's going to be major resistance when we get back up. So 2 levels we need to watch is the 43,300, you know, that whole area, and then back up to the weekly place. Yeah, at about 46,000. And then I actually would be bold enough to take this away and really just show you there's just strong weekly resistance here at 51,700, 52,000 area. All right, we get above that, we can start using that as support and resistance. But again, so are we going to the lows? Where is the support? Are we going down? We're not, don't worry. Like, we can't go any lower until we break 36,300. So 36,300 has to break. We got to get a weekly candle, hopefully closing below that. We could go down below it for a few days. We could do whatever. As long as a weekly candle does not close, that could also create a double bottom. Okay? So it wouldn't be the worst thing if we stopped here at 36,365. That could be a double bottom on the weekly chart. Okay? If we come even further down, there could be a bigger double bottom on the giant chart, which is something we've talked about too as well. So both of these could happen. And I could still remain somewhat bullish. Okay? Somewhat bullish. However, there's some signs that I don't want to see. I don't want to see this 50 keep curling. And I don't want to see this 21 cross the 50. The 21 cross the 50, it's pushing the idea that eventually the 50 will cross the 200. And that's a death cross on the daily, would suggest way more downside, down to 10K, 12K, somewhere in that region. So, again, I'm watching the moving averages closely. They do need to hold. We need to see this price action not break. So we're kind of at a standstill here. 38,000 is a big deal. 38,500 really is a big zone that I don't want to see us go below on the weekly time frame. So we're watching this very, very closely. Again, don't freak out or panic if we do break it. We have a backup at 36,300. 36,000 breaks, 300 breaks, then we're looking back at 31K, 30K area, and I'd be sweating a little bit. But right now, it's okay. Deep breaths, everything's okay on the weekly time frame. I like what I'm seeing. Still the idea that this is possibly a cup to handle, and we are making our way, the measured move of the cup and handle, from wick to wick here, all the way back to, I believe, about 78, 79, 79, 80. $1,000 Bitcoin is the measured move. All right. What we also are seeing here on the weekly time frame, which I know is hard to believe, everyone's freaking out, but we see the MACD trying to turn to the upside. We do see the weekly stochastics. Ooh, they got a bearish cross though. That's no good. See that bearish cross? That could bring us down, and that could be so you want to see that flip and not cross. If it does cross, you don't want it to stay down there too long. You want it to kind of be in like a quick move. But if it does keep coming down, that's scary stuff right there for the weekly. Could create a bit of some pain. So something to watch for the weekly on the stochastics is that move. And again, you'll know because what will happen is you won't break support and you'll start coming down and you'll break this resistance here, or you'll break this support at 32,000 and you won't break above resistance. So the support and resistance will lead you to kind of where the pressure is on the stochastics RSI and so forth. I am still sticking with this swing up to swing up. This swing down to swing down. It is still hidden bullish divergence. That tells me the trend will continue to the upside. So again, I'm not a moon boy, and I know I look like I'm clinging to bullishness when the market doesn't look good, and that would seem as such. But that's just what happens when you stick to TA. People can't really understand it because they're not in the zone with you. I'm in the zone with this TA. So that swing up to swing up, that swing down to swing down. All I can say is that it's hidden bullish divergence. It tells you the trend will continue to the upside. The last time we saw it, it happened even though there was insane bullishness, bearishness, and it didn't look like it would happen. We're in a similar place. Let me show you what I mean. We had swing up to swing up here. We had swing down to swing down on the RSI. These levels did not match. It's called hidden bullish. We're also down here below the dotted line on the stochastics, and the MACD was turning in the pink. We're here, right? We're low, below here, kind of low on the stochastics RSI, although I don't like we're getting that bearish cross right there. That could resemble a bit of a rounded top more. Kind of like we had here. Look, we boosted up, but then we had one more downturn, and that created this downturn here area. We could get one more downturn on this weekly chart. But again, Bitcoin's getting very close to its extension point of being on the lows. Even when it got pounded to the ground here in 20K, you can see it had multiple weeks after that high. December 18th, right? February 18th, 1 month. April, all the way. I mean, it eventually had to round on out after multiple pain. And you can see Bitcoin is just bound, there's your initial pounding. Then eventually you straighten out. So even if this is the multi-year bear market, I mean, there's a chance we have a multi-year bear market into the 28,000s, 26,000, into 30,000 area, and we chop and chop and chop. So I'm ready for anything. I'm ready for a multi-year bear market. I'm ready for a bounce back into bullishness. I can handle either one. I have a plan for either one. Do you? Are you ready for either one? Are you in disbelief of what I just said? I'm like, you turn off YouTube. Just like, this guy, he's saying it's a bear market. Honestly, I can't tell you what exactly is going to happen, but I can tell you when you're in a correction for multiple weeks like this. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. When you've been going down for 12, 13 weeks straight, you're in a correction for sure. It's a bear market, in my opinion. Multiple weeks of downtrend is a bear market, right? Whether it's short or long, it's a short, long, fine, whatever you want to call it, but we're bearish right now. 4-hour finally starting to get the flip to the upside. It got the bullish cross. That's great. Good candle action. I like what I'm seeing. Huge bounce for the 4-hour. However, 1 hour is struggling right now at 39,033. We might get a little bit of a pause here, right? We need to get above this area, and then we need to break this high. Like now you're talking resistance that used to be beautiful support. It's like crucial that we get back above this zone. Crucial. Idea that we could be making an inverted head and shoulder here. Your shoulder. Here could be your head. Here could be your right shoulder trying to break on out to the upside. That's a projection theory right there for Bitcoin. As well as this, we're in a falling wedge that you could say did try to break on out, or you could say it's kind of at that level, or it's trying to break on out there if I hit the trend as complete as possible. So here's an idea here for Bitcoin. The US dollar here needing to break up to the upside. Measured move, if it did break out of this, would bring it back up here to 46,640, and it would break previous resistance that we were having a hard time with. However, wouldn't that be a beautiful dream? I'd like to see that. Can it happen? It's possible, but nothing is guaranteed. Could we somewhat call this a cup and handle? I don't know. It's a bit bogus, but it's still got a bit of a cup there. That is a cup. That is a handle. It could break up to the upside as well. Again, it's all about support and resistance at this point, right? You want to see what levels can hold. And so far, we did hold 38,250, coming back up to the $39,000 area. You can see we're getting a back above some of this little, look, resistance there, a little bit of a chop area here. So once we looked at the weekly support and resistance, I go down into what I call local support and resistance, and I just see what I see here on the time frame. So if we do reset, if we do have a downtrend, because right now, look, the 1 hour looks overbought, doesn't it? Highly likely it's going to come to the downside, all right? And make a move. What you don't want to see is you don't want to break this area. You want to get a bounce off this area when the 1 hour comes on down. If you don't get a bounce there and you tend to break that area, you come back for resistance, could be a good place to short the market. So it's key right here. This 38,600 area is key. We're going to watch what happens when the 1 hour resets. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minute is also getting overbought. So what do? You project the flag like I do. And we're going to make some type of shape like this. If we're lucky and things stay bullish, we're going to make some type of flag like this, interact with the 21, and then we're going to have a measured move popping out of this. However, that won't take till tomorrow morning. It could take some time to go sideways. What am I doing over here? So yeah, could take some time to go sideways here. A little bit of a hump. Let's look at the 5 minute. Is something moving? Interesting. 1 minute showing some signs of life here. See that? 1 minute maybe pumping out of this tiny little move here. It's got some legs. Little scalp. Should be nice if the 1 minute could bust through 39,000 and really get a big nice move above this resistance too. So far it's showing some signs of life. It's pretty sweet. And the 15 minute does suggest that you get a little more punchy here to the upside. Let's see if it can move. Wow, we're getting it. 39,184. 1 minute is breaking out. See how these little patterns play out? Crazy. I found that quick. This is called scalping. It's not for the faint of heart. You need to be ready and ready to rock at all times. It's not easy, right? So just make sure you're ready to rock at all times, all right? Wow. So, wow, look at that punch to the upside, and there you have it. Bitcoin showing some signs of life on, hey, Asia's buying. Asia wakes up and starts to buy around 8 o'clock. It's 8:30 in the morning in Asia. Market's open. They're starting to pump that price up to the upside, right? Wow, JP Morgan enters the metaverse. This is a big deal. We got some bunch of news to talk about, too, as well, to break it down for each and every one of you here on the live. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Asking for likes is the worst thing that every YouTuber has to do. None of us like it, especially if we're humble and we're used to just trying to do our thing. It's not our favorite thing to do, but it's for survival. And, you know, sometimes I've been watching the thing and I just forgot. If you're jogging somewhere, just stop jogging. If you're in your car, flip away that comment section and jump on in. Showing the expert TA as usual. Shout out to Crypto Muser in the game. My man. Yeah, I mean, as we bang on out here, this is a bit of a nice little channel that is starting to move to the upside. Let's can see how much we can get here. MACD cross and a move on the stochastics RSI. Do you not show your trades? I don't see you scalping. Oh, I want to say something so bad right now, but I won't say it. I was so close to saying something that I wanted to say, but I won't say it. I won't. I didn't scalp that right now. I just talked about that's how you do scalp on the 1 minute. I've showed many a trade. Go watch my channel for the last 2 years. I put 20K trades, 15K trades. I've had so many trades on the live. I made 3K on a live, 5K on a live. I've done 20K freaking 3x leverage trades. I'm not a heavy leverage trader, though. I'm a spot trader. We know. I know. I don't want to say it anymore. This guy's just asking about my lives. I just can't. People can get on your nerves when you're a live streamer. I'll be honest. People can get on your nerves. And over time, eventually, it's just like, man, another one of those, you know? Asia sees the Ukraine situation as an opportunity. They would benefit a lot from it. News came out. Biden wants war. We scalped many times. TJ Porter Rock, bro, he live trades every day. Not every day, but most of the time. Not every day. Not every single day. And I used to do it way more than I do, you know? Total actually getting a bit of a move too. So Total moving faster. So that means all coins are getting a bit of a push, a little more than Bitcoin, because you can see Total moving to the upside. So Total getting a little bit of a push up here on the 1 minute as well. However, ooh, look at that. 1 hour candle just got juiced. That's a beautiful move to the upside. I like to see that. I mean, that's the inverted Bart Simpson now. I mean, that's an inverted Bart Simpson. Should complete its path back to resistance before we have to kind of make a bit of a move or a flag here. But definitely look for this to flag out now, have to come back down to the 21-day moving average, which will kind of hopefully come up to the price. That's what we're looking at here. 1.74 trillion ain't too bad considering we got to low about 1.69. We're going to look at total market cap as well. We're going to break it down for you guys in a second here. All right, let's get back to Bitcoin in a second. So again, Bitcoin doing some damage. And you know what's funny now? It's trying to break back into the channel. Look at this. It's breaking back into this channel. So it fell out of the channel. Now it's breaking back in. If it does, it could still be in the falling wedge. So it's either doing a bearish retest right now, which it could be an ugly bearish retest to try to get back into this pattern, and we could just see a nasty dump. That, you know, the 1 hour is overbought, and you could see a nasty dump to the downside here. Highly likely. So let's see what happens right now. But Bitcoin, you know, and it does want to come back down to the 21, and the 21 didn't move too much. So you could see a drop right back down to the 21. That's something I've seen happen many times. Hold your horses. Some mixed signals here for Bitcoin. Some mixed signals here for Bitcoin. So again, I'm just going to redirect what I saw here. Hold on. So we looked at the weekly support and resistance, right? That's going to be on the USD Coinbase chart. Now, here's the other thing that I've been building, that I've been talking about for the last couple of hours here since yesterday's drop, that this is still an ascending triangle forming. And as long as we don't break this, diagonal support here, Bitcoin could technically break out of this. And the measured move is about 56, I think 57K. So again, it's 56,600. It's not all bearish. There's some signs that we could get some moves here. But again, bilateral pattern here. It's a 50-50 pattern. Your readings are like gold. Thanks, Chief. Anytime, man. Change the title. Is Bitcoin dead? Yeah, we'll keep up. Can't look, only on stocks. We'll keep go up. Can't look, only on the Stokes. LGB, man, hilarious. Yeah, we know. I want a doing damage mug. Oh yeah, doing damage mugs, man. They're awesome, right? I could make you know what it is? It's just a sticker on a Michaels thing, all right? And I've run this through the dishwasher 10 or 20 times, maybe 20 times. And this is like the best. It's like a vinyl sticker. Does not come off in the dishwasher. Like you think it would. I mean, that's insane, right? Nice that we got back above 39,000. Strong support holding holding us down there at 39,500. So look, if Bitcoin can make this move, if Bitcoin can break out of this falling wedge, that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're kind of getting. All right. So this is it. This is it right here. This is it. The breakout of the falling wedge to the upside. That is a clean breakout for sure. So you got to make sure you stay above it. All right. And you want to make sure you hold these resistance points. I mean, these supports. Right. You break either one of these, you're falling out of the pattern. And this is a huge deal right here. 38,000 breaks again. Say sayonara. We're going for less. Wow. Bitcoin getting some big volume here. Punch to the upside. Asia buying on a Monday morning. Sunday night for us. Asia buying. Green candles pumping to the upside. Bang, 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 bang. However, we are very low. But again, that was that 1 minute idea here, right? And look, now the 1 minute's flagging again. So we first saw this right before it started to break out. It did. Now you got another little flag forming. Look at this. This is how you track price action when it's moving fast. You got to go into the little nitty-gritty time frames. However, that should cool off now, right? It should. I can't see the 30-second. I wish I could. I think I can see the 10-second, though. Let me go to the 10-second chart here. My man Danny hooked me up with the 10-second at the aggregator, right? WG3 or whatever it is. What is that day? Show me that. I'll go to my history and find that thing. So the last thing I was on, really. Yeah, V3 aggregator trade. This should show us the 10-second chart for Bitcoin. Kind of show us what we see happening. Yeah, and that was the flag that we saw there, right? That I drew on the 1 minute, right? And you can see it broken back up. And now, wow, moving to the upside. And you can see who's getting liquidated, who isn't. This guy got liquidated at 39,002, I believe, right? I believe the greens are liquidations. But actually, no, wait, we're waiting for liquidations. They'll tell us at the bottom when they happen right here. So this is going to show us live liquidations as they occur, all right? I still don't know exactly how to read this, though. Danny needs to explain. Do I hit this arrow? No, that's just going to open me up. Yeah. But this is pretty cool. You can watch, like, live buy orders here. 1.2 million this guy's going in on. These people are selling. 229K, 8 Bitcoin, 6 Bitcoin. This guy just bought 34 Bitcoin at 35. This guy bought 31 Bitcoin. So some fat orders going in. Pretty crazy. You can even see the exchange they're on and what's happening. It's a pretty good site. You can almost, that's another falling wedge that wants to pump. You can see, wow, Bitcoin's on an uptrend here. Look at this in the 10-second. It's just booming. Booming, 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 booming. Eventually it's going to show a little bit of divergence, though, and have to come on down. But, wow, Bitcoin moving. We got a pump here on Sunday night, right? Look, and that's a retest coming back down for the retest. Just like, that same idea there. And then it could bounce back up. Who knows, right? I don't like to trade the 1 minute hardcore. When Bitcoin's acting up and going fast, you want to zoom in. Like, all you can see is this green candle in the 1 minute, on the 1 hour. So again, we hit the 50-day moving average. We got rejected on the wick. Look for Bitcoin to flag on out here, in my humble opinion, and have to come back to the 21-day moving average. It's pretty far from the 21, considering it went through a few candles to get there. I mean, you can see how, there's some space between the 21 and Bitcoin. So, in the Bitcoin price action, these going to have to come back to touch each other. So we're going to have a fallen wedge or a sideways action and then move to the upside. So that's something we'll be looking at very, very closely for Bitcoin. So this is what I see, right? If we're bullish, we'll stay above these lines. We'll bounce off 38,800 and we'll remain bullish. If not, we're going to head down and we're going to be talking about, 35, 32, then 30K, and then we're going to be talking about 25, 28. And I'm ready for anything. We could see it. Why suggest possibly we could see some downside? Well, I love the 3-day chart. It's one of my favorite charts. And the only good thing about it is we just got a big green candle on that 3-day, right? That 3-day chart will close in 2 days. So if in 2 days, in 23 hours, right, which is really like the beginning of this 3-day candle, it just opens at the weekly with it. But so we're going to watch this 3-day chart, and we want to see this candle close green, all right? As you can see, this is a major, major support zone that I got drawn here. It's very important that we hold it. This is this market structure that we have drawn. It looks more chunky on the 3-day, but this is that ascending triangle that I'm building here, all right? And you can see it's still holding structure. Low, higher low on the 3-day. So we're okay. It could have been worse. we're okay. I just want to calm everybody down whenever everyone starts freaking out and they don't look at, there's no confluence or anything in the bigger time frame. So this could come up, bring us up here. It could come back down. The problem is that would make us high and could give us the dump out of this thing. So we could even stay in this and then still come back down for the low. The 3-day chart is freaking me out a little bit because when it gets high, it's tough. It's tough. It can be tough. Right here, all the times, here it got high and it started to make a bit of a move. It would have to be the miracle way. Again, which is funny. The last time the 3-day really did a miracle, what I call a miracle pump, because you're up here, but you still get the movement, and you do get those. See, you get them only when price action gets absolutely insane. Like right here, 3-day was high, went sideways, sideways, sideways. What started happening? It started the miracle pump, and so miracle pumps happen only like twice a year. There's these one anomalies, and that's the thing. You'll learn the stochastics RSI, but if you haven't been in the game as long as I have, I've been in 4 or 5 years playing with the stochastics, then you'll only know, oh yeah, it comes down every time. But if you play like me, then you know there's the anomalies, and the anomalies are the times where you get high and you can still continue up, even though you're overbought on the stochastics. That's very hard for beginners because they find it constant, and then that doesn't stay constant for them, and they get confused. You have to remember that you'll get over a hump for trading. The advanced traders know that there is no constant, that everything is the best they can do. Beginners believe that I have more power than I do. Beginners believe that I have they're like, because I hit so many trades, they're like, well, he's just like, but they don't realize it's just probability over time. It's just my ability to see the same things over and over again that'll eventually you'll get. But you can't get it without putting time in the market. You can watch my channel, you can watch Crown, you can watch all the YouTubers out there over and over and again, and you can look at what we're saying. So I try to teach you how to teach yourself. That's really, like, all the other guys online are trying to show you their strategy, and I do teach my strategy, but I really try to teach you how to teach yourself your own strategy. Like, I give you mine, and I show you what I did, and then you're like, wow, he figured out how to put alerts on the stochastics RSI, and then he watches how the stochastics RSI move around with support and resistance, and then he can tell, basically, it's easy for me to tell when things are going to roll. Why? The stochastics RSI will get high, and I'll see a support and resistance. So here I saw a zone, right? You can see this was a zone of support and resistance because you can see we bounce. Then we had a little, and we got right here. We got to, and you'd be like, this is my resistance. Can we get above? Bitcoin's got to get above 52,800. And then you start to roll here and you get high, and then the MACD turns and you're like, all right, I got to short that because we oscillated up on the stochastics RSI. We didn't break a previous high. And the same thing here. Look, we oscillated up here and we kind of started to wick down and we lost momentum. There's also bearish divergence that comes into play and other things on top of that too. I trade on the 5-minute candles using Bollinger 50/2. By using a few simple strategies, I'm able to constantly get 1 to 2% daily. But Crypto Lifer is next level, who's developed some great skills. I know exactly what you're doing. Using the Bollinger Bands over 50/2 by using few simple strategies, I'm able to constantly. Yeah, I can see that. 5-minute candles on the Bollinger Bands. I can see how that works. That ain't too shabby. And again, look, now I can tell exactly when price action's going to stall. I can, I have like a 70-80% chance of kind of telling you exactly what price action's going to do. Why? Because I've just been studying these parameters with how the stochastics RSI works, and I think it's just so deadly accurate. So look, we should be starting to form a flag here, and we should start to go sideways. The 15 minutes getting high and the 1 hour is getting high. And again, everything I teach you can backtest. You'd be like, well, what does he mean? Well, the 15-minute stochastics RSI is high. I mean, it's above the dotted line. Whenever it's above the dotted line, let's go back in time. Right here, we're above the dotted line. What happened? We started to move to the downside. Look, right here, above the dotted line, right there. Let me make sure everyone can see that because sometimes people can't see my stokes. Down they're right there. So right here, we're above the dotted line. We go sideways. Right here, we got to the dotted line. We go down. Above the dotted line, these two areas here, right? We started to move down. We were above the dotted line here on the 15-minute, down. So it's usually not a good look to get into a trade when the 15-minute is above the dotted line. Now, every once in a while, there'll be an anomaly pump, and that happens, but that's fine. It usually busts through support, and then you want to get it back in when it bounces off support. You never have to chase anything because 9 out of 10 times, price is going to come back and revisit that support region. Even on a short, you don't have to short immediately. Wait for it to come back and hit the rejection point, and then short that retest. Retest. Write down the retest. It's the Sachs guy from the UK. Massive respect. I'm definitely linking up on your course soon. Shout out to my man. Shout out to Clive Martin, the Sachs dude. Appreciate you, my friend. I'm using the bands on the 3-minute with the RSI, hunting divergences. There you go, Chaz B. I like what you're saying there. Hit the like button, guys. The awesome teachings are for free. Come on and help the man. Shout out to everyone here. And thank you, Philippe. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Six Flags roller coaster. It really was, man. Your chart gives me anxiety. Kick happy. Don't worry. You'll be fine. Take a deep breath. If anything gives you anxiety, it's your fault. It's your fault because you shouldn't live in anxiety. Anxiety is a piece of fear. It means you're worried about something you don't need to be. You're worried about. Take a deep breath. Relax. You're going to be fine. If my chart gives you anxiety, listen to my voice. A lot of people say my voice does not. So take a deep breath. Relax. And everything's going to be okay. This is Barry White as we go into the depths of cryptocurrency. No, but look. We're going to have a small little flag here, John. I'm going to just go nice and easy for you. So here. This is a nice flag that should get drawn to the side. Draw your flag. Wait for the 21-day moving average to come to the flag like so. Okay? If you're not sure what I'm saying, let me go back in time and show you exactly what I mean. Because you may not understand, and I may have to explain. Is this better for you? Do you have less anxiety now? Or do you need to take a Xanax? So look, let's go back in time here. Yo... So let's go back in time. Take a look. So look, price action pumped, right? And you would have saw me here say, hey, we're high on the 15-minute, right? And I'd say, I don't like when we're high on the 15-minute. I'd say, form your flag. I said, I don't know exactly which way we're going to go, but we're going to come down and touch the 21 before we pump to the upside, right? And look, you'll see price action comes to the 21. They click, right? They click right there. At that point, right, I delete my vision because you don't know what's going to happen. And I start just getting it in. This is a skill right here I'm teaching you. Like, this is what I developed. Like, this keeps me... And again, maybe I'm the only one that can, like, use my trading exactly the way I see it because it suits me. But, like, you can see how it plays out. And then I go for my measured move. And once my Stokes get low, I put an alert here. So these alert would hit, right? I hit this line. This alert would have hit. Bing. Bang. And then I enter the trade there, and 9 out of 10 times, let's see if it keeps moving, right? With a stop loss below the previous low, like I'll put a stop loss like right there, and then bang, like I would hit my measured move on that move, right? And then again, like once we pumped up here again, right? If we go back in time, and I get rid of this, and you can just see like this is what I do over and over again. I'm giving you gold right now, like absolute gold. So the anxiety, I hope, will be all right. You know, again, the same thing here. We pump up. The second we pump and I see that I'm far away from the 21-day moving average, I know that the price has to come back to the 21 before we can move again. So I make my flag and I suggest that this is going to happen, right? I then put an alert down here on the 15-minute. It's so simple. I created this. No one else does this. No one else puts alert on the stochastics. When my alert hits on the Stokes and the 21 touches, I readjust my pattern, I find my measured move, and I snatch the trade. It's pretty amazing. Took me like 5 years to figure this out. I shouldn't give it away for free so easily. It's insane. But this is it in a nutshell. I mean, come on now. Like, and then bang. Look at that. Beautiful. Like, I freaking made this. Like, and then when we got away from the 21 again, you know that we have to come back to it again. And you just keep playing this 21 game. And like, the problem is beginners just don't realize that they don't want to deal with the hard facts that this is a prerequisite of every trade. Right? And then like, look, I would have hit this trade for the measured move. I would have hit this trade for the measured move. Bang, bang, bang. And I would have hit this trade for the measure move. This also would have been an inverted head and shoulder that I would have played. Shoulder, head, shoulder. See, what people don't realize is I trade the same way every time. So whether they understand what I'm doing or not, it doesn't matter. Because, you know, my students do. But someone who just jumps on and wants to criticize my trading style. Also, what I found was all the head and shoulders are ascending triangles. See this? So I saw patterns inside of patterns, and I was like, oh, an inverted head and shoulder is an ascending triangle. Watch me delete that, and then you can see that. What I also found, right, to be true, was it's also a cup and handle. And so it depends on who the person is and what their perspective was. One guy could have played the inverted head and shoulder and made the move, and he never would have seen the ascending triangle, and he would have just taken the measured move from the neckline to the head, and he would have played this pump, right? The next guy could have been a cup and handle guy like me, and he would have traded this wick to this wick, flung this up to the upside, and he would have traded this right to the measured move like that. Let me show you the cup in case you just don't understand. Okay, and this is why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. Then another guy wouldn't have seen not even the head and shoulder, and he wouldn't have seen the cup and handle. but he would have played the ascending triangle and he would have taken the base of the triangle. Why does this all work? Because it's all algorithms that are playing off of Fibonacci levels that are all keeping us in a systematical mathematical system which we all live in. We can't escape it. So all patterns will produce an algorithmic measured move because the algorithms have been creating all the Fibonacci levels from beginning. Does that make sense? Are you starting to pick up what I'm putting down? Is it starting to make some sense? I hope it is. I hope these things are making sense. So like now you can see the method to my madness a little bit. You can understand what I'm doing. You can figure out how the patterns help me figure out things. I see way more patterns than other people because I've been looking at this for a long time. My ability to see the patterns is my true skill. It's really what separates me from most other traders. I can see things way before they can. I can make the moves, make the measure move, boom, 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 boom. Then I got my other systems around me to kind of give me the confidence of the reality of like how likely the move is going to play out. And then I go with it. And if you go with it more and more, eventually you got something. You got something that no one else has. And you can't, no one can take that away from me. And no one can take it away from you. So if you put your time into the market, you can say you to everyone else. And you know who you are. And you know what you got. And nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. Not one person in the game, right? So remember that, all right? Remember that when you're thinking about people that are trying to get under your skin, or you just stick to your chart, stick to your way. Look, this is a flag again here on the 1 minute. I just showed you this type of stuff. And the 1 minute wants to push on up to the upside. However, now you're seeing the bearish divvy, right? Swing up to swing up. And that's why the 1 minute can teach you a lot about bigger time frames. Like, don't trade it, but you could use it to understand things. It's like playing half-court basketball, right? You don't play full-court basketball when you're trying to learn how to take a shot, right? I mean, you can. It can give you some endurance, but you sit in a half-court and you take shots. Same idea on the 1 minute time frame. You can see a lot more things happening faster on the 1 minute. Like, you can see this double bottom play out, right? You can see this falling wedge break to the upside. And now you can understand, oh, falling wedges break to the upside. Look, a bit of a shoulder, head and a shoulder, sloppy inverted head and shoulder broke on out, right? You saw this flag break out. You saw that kind of flag out. You can see this do its thing. What is it doing now? Forming a bit of a flag. What's happening? You can not kind of open this up. And, you know, maybe it still is pumping. It's a small time frame, so it's hard to exactly tell exactly what's going on. But you'll be in the ballpark if you keep it moving, all right? Battle-tested Sammy Cup and Hattie. Yeah, man, I took it all in. That's madness. Great TA. Thank you, Chaz, man. I mean, you can't, like, no one can talk ish on my shit, man. I shouldn't. No one can talk. I don't like to swear. No one can talk anything on my game. I'm telling you right now. Like, it may not be. I didn't learn, like, exactly. Like, I taught myself, so it may not be exactly like all the other guys, and it may not be perfect, but I get results, and I see what I see, and you can't. And I've been in the battlefield, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready to go, and I can teach you how to be battle-tested, too. And if you want these skills, I can give them to you, but you got to hang around me long enough to have them kind of ooze off me and get onto you. It doesn't happen in a day, and it doesn't happen in a week. I'll tell you that right now. So, Stochastics RSI is also an extremely oversold territory on the daily. Yeah, that's another thing we've been talking about. I mean, we're very low. But again, we've hung out here before. What you can do is, in bearish times, my buddy, which is sad, it's a momentum indicator. So it does suggest that the momentum could be low. However, look at that. I mean, that's a nice recovery on the daily time frame. I mean, that's a huge pump on the daily. 22 hours this candle closed. So this daily candle just opened, and it opened hot, right? Opened at 38,386. The high was 39,380, right? Already up $857. A 2.22% candle. Look, 222. Went back to 221, but the 222 has been showing its head a lot recently. It's also a macro higher low. Low, low, low. That's a macro higher low, right? So, hey, all is well. I'm not sweating it too bad. I think all can be okay. March could end up being a bullish month. I got another chart to show you right now that someone put in the group. It's going to freak you out. It's going to freak you out. Check this chart out. Check this chart out. And shout out to who posted this. I really like this chart. Really kind of was a very insightful idea here. But check this out. And this is what you get in my 99 room. Okay, this is sad, but this is by the invasion, okay? So these are all the times that we were about to have a war, invasion going on, the Vietnam War. Had you bought the invasion here, look, you bought the lows of the market. And the market, yeah, we'd have that dip there, but you'd eventually be up big time. And just under 2 years, from 1964 to 1966, you would have bought the bottom of the market. Nailed it, right? The Gulf War, had you bought the invasion here, and look how similar they look, right? You would have bought the bottom here as well. The Afghan war, you'd have bought the low. However, that was 01. We had 9/11. There was a lot going on that kind of crushed the economy, freaked people out, right? It was a different time, all right? There was American soil, fear and anguish. Took us some time to rebuild there and get people back up. That could have been a bit of an anomaly. The Iraq war right here. Had you bought in that in 2003, you would have bought the bottom as well here by the invasion. The Crimea crisis, by the invasion. Will the chart look similar? So this is very interesting, right? So I just want to put out some other ideas here. We want to be contrary to the masses. We don't want to trade like the masses. Look at the dates. I mean, amazing, right? 1964, 1991, 2001, 2003, and 2014. And I mean, they've been pumping this market up with money the whole time too. Unbelievable. But that's just something to think about. I just wanted to put that out there. Whoever posted that, thank you so much. Love that insight. Amazing. In bearish time, stochastics RSI can flatten and stay in oversold territory. Exactly what I was about to say. So you say exactly what I was about to say. Because the momentum indicator. We could hang down here like this, and you could see Bitcoin just freaking, right? However, it does suggest we get the pump. 4 hours suggests we get the pump, and that's why you look at smaller areas. If we can't get above the local areas that we talked about, then sayonara. It's pretty simple. So you look at the 1 hour, you look at the 4 hour, you make support and resistance lines, and you kind of just call it out the way you see it. So like right now, you can see like if Bitcoin can't get above 40,200, we could bring this up a little bit to be exact because now we're on local. But if Bitcoin can't above, you could say right here, this little elbow here at 41,000, like we're done, like we're smoked, and look for more downside for sure. So, and again, in a bear run, things just don't go down. They go up, then they go down more. They go up, then they go down more. And they just keep dragging you down. Okay. I prefer Bollinger Bands, Stochastics RSI, Ultimate Oscillator, Commodity Channel, Index, Chicken Money Flow, and Super Trend Indicator. Whatever makes you happy, man. Just join the channel. Don't know if you cover all coins, but if you do, you can check Theta, please. Thank you so much. I only cover all coins for a super chat. If you have a super chat, send it on in. Let everybody know, man. Usually I'm getting tons of super chats. Right now it's a little flat, so the newcomers don't believe that I get super chats probably. They're like, damn, man. But we usually get $100, $200 worth of super chats almost every single show. People are really, really coming through every day from around the world, asking about all sorts of different things. So send in a super chat. Let me do a deep dive if you want to know about a coin, project, or anything else. We do cover all coins in depth. However, this is Bitcoin in the weekly candle close every Sunday night. We spend a lot more time on Bitcoin in the weekly close to get us ready for the week ahead. Usually we go through the Dow futures as well. However, the Dow should be closed tomorrow for President's Day, if I can be correct, right? President's Day, President Week, and all that fun stuff. So if we look at the Dow futures, we will not be getting any information, right? They change at 166. I do not believe the Dow futures will be moving right now. I believe the Dow will be closed tomorrow. I could be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Dow will be closed tomorrow, and there'll be no price action in the market. Could be a somewhat bullish for Bitcoin, considering we have no one else to compete with or no price action to freak us out or to correlate with. So that's where I stand. Bitcoin really needs to hold 38,500. If it breaks that level, we're looking at 36,009, 37, and if it breaks that level, we're looking at 35, and then we can start talking about 30K and the like. So bam, bam, bam. Thank you so much for the super chat. Send in some tips in the jar. Appreciate that. Look at the balls as they hit the jar. The balls hit the jar, and it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Send in them super chat. Shout out to Grace Ashley Harris for the $2. Thank you very much. It was Kevin Smith who shared the chat. Thanked him in the 99. Yo, bro. Thanks, bro. I love your wisdom. Anytime, man. No spam. I also heard something about what you're talking about on those charts with war. Interesting enough, a lot of governments are passing military spending packages, which adds to debt. It does add to debt. 38K or 40K. Pre-markets are up. Any excuse to create more debt, which also balloons asset prices. Exactly. They want you to borrow. They create war to create borrowing. Borrowing is what they want every single time, right? Fear is still winning the battle against the greed. Time to DCA. I agree. Philippe has a point. Whenever we see the fear and greed index getting into the shaded area, it's time to start gobbling up a little more BTC, a little more. I was sad. I didn't get enough at 30K. Thought I wouldn't get a chance as it went all the way to 47. You get a little happy when you're like me and you like buying more and more BTC when you get the chance. Low point, support buy-in points for Quant. The knock life, that knock life. Shout out to my man with that knock life, low point support, buy-in points for Quant. Again, I'll never tell you what to buy or sell. I will just look at Quant. You can then assess it yourself, learn from how I did the TA, and if you like the TA, you can kind of pick up on some things that I was putting down. Bitcoin kind of doing something here. If we're looking at the 10-second chart, you can see I can't make, I want to make a trend line here. I don't know if I can, though. I don't believe I can. Liquidations, price, volume. I want to draw on this thing. Edit, no, volume, edit, liquidations, edit. I would love to be able to draw here, but you can see if I draw, there's a line here and a line there. I'll draw it on my chart, but it's starting to form a bit of a falling wedge. We'd like to see that hold, right? We'd like to see that hold. Again, if you want to check out this site, I'll put it here in the comment section. Check out this site. This site is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Come here for awesome information, awesome charts, ways to keep you going and pump you up. Okay, jumping into the chats, the super chats. Let's take a look at Quant. All right, much respect to all the stream tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button. Little Schmitty, you're taking in teachings. He only requests your support when hitting the like button. Thanks. Appreciate it. Just join the channel. Don't know if you cover all coins. Every time, man. Let's take a look at Quant. Let's take a look at Quant. I'm just chilling. Sundays are sketchy. Definitely. I don't like to overtrade on Sundays. They're a sketchy night into Monday morning. Definitely not a trade to open up and just jump on into the market. Not a good look. Definitely not a good look. There's money to be made, and the volatility's there, but, you know, you got to be easy. So let's take a look at what we see here for the dollar index, all right? Let's take a look at what we see for the dollar index. So the dollar, what it did is it came up, right? Had resistance that we thought it could handle, got back above, used it as support, bounced off this 94 area, had resistance in two key places, right? Where the chop actually had it falling back at 97.40. Formed this falling wedge flag kind of thing that, like, I believe it left the pattern, broke in, left the pattern. We talked about being a diamond, and we've been kind of having this diamond. We had it drawn for a while, and it's really kind of forming a diamond, in my humble opinion, a topped-out diamond that does want to dump. If it came in from the bottom, highly likely it dumps from the bottom. So we're going to watch as this plays out, but so far, so good. The dollar could be dumping on us to the downside. We take a look at it on the weekly. Yeah, and the weekly wants to dump. Actually, I did have, yeah, there. Also, look, a rising wedge on the dollar that could break to the downside as well. 68% chance. However, the weekly does want to push up, but we just entered bearish tones on the weekly. Suggests that we could get a little drag down first, all right? Let's take a look at the daily time frame as well. The daily's pushing up, which has some momentum, but we are at resistance. I wouldn't want to see the dollar break 96.43. They could then come back down. So let's see if the dollar can stay below this and dump, or it's going to get back above that. Daily has some momentum. You're getting overbought, though, however, on the 4-hour, which is a good sign that we may roll over. So I don't want to see us, we want to break this resistance and roll out. Start to break out of this rising wedge. That's what I'm looking at for the dollar, okay? I'm learning a bit slower due to my busy life, but what I've learned has been more in a few weeks than in the past year. The 99 Patreon is worth it. Thanks, man. I appreciate you saying that. Tell everyone, your family and friends, let them know, man, that you actually gained something for that $99. Let them know it changed your life. Let them know it worked. I'm trying to help as many people as I can, and if it does that for you, then it might do it for somebody else. I really appreciate you sharing your personal experience with me and my group. That's very, very nice of you. Okay, so I looked at total, the entire market cap of cryptocurrency, all right? And what we did is we were in this giant falling wedge on the 3-day, right? As you can see, but the 3-day now kind of turned, and it's showing some bearish signs. We could get a move to the upside. There's a chance, but that's why it's all about support and resistance. I don't want to see us break $1.69 trillion. That's really 1.68. That's a big deal for me. We break that, we get to 1.67, then we're looking at 1.6, and then we're looking back at $1.5 trillion. Still kind of staggering, you know, holding that higher low, barely holding that higher low. Let's take a look here. Like struggling to hold this higher low. I did make this M pattern back on the 4-hour. You can see the M pattern did play out. See, that's why I drew it. And the measured move was down here to 1.6 trillion. And so far, we're holding 1.7. What I don't like to see is that we fell back into this pattern technically. We're trying to get back above it. And actually, could I tighten it down? Now, you could say, fine, we're bouncing off the top here. Yo, Lifer, you're my favorite crypto channel on YouTube. Every day when I watch, I'm inspired. I'm able to buy my brother a new phone and diamond earrings for my mom without feeling guilty. Something I never thought I'd be able to do at 19. Shout out to Patrick Kiowski, man. Love you, Patty P. Thank you for coming on in. P-double, man. P-double every single time. Appreciate your awesome story. That's amazing. I'd like to share that in the testimonials if I may. Amazing, amazing. Hey, man, it's beautiful. You know, this year, same thing. You know, my wife, she worked really hard for us. She lost her father. She lost so many people. She went through so much pain. And she worked every day for my company, keeping it together, keeping the Excel spreadsheet together. She runs the room. She keeps it going. And, you know, as we were out to dinner, and I slid into a jewelry store, and I bought her some diamond earrings, you know. She lost one of them, though, within, like, 2 months, which is kind of sad because it was, like, the most expensive diamond earrings I ever bought her. But, you know, I don't know what that means, what the point of the story is, because she lost them. But it was a thought that counts, and, you know, I'm going to try to have to maybe replace it somehow. I don't know. They were expensive. I'll tell you that. But again, it is what it is. I'm not going to say how much they were, but it's nice to be able to get people that you love nice things that you normally never would be able to get them again. And it's not about the material thing. It's more about the thought. It's beautiful when you can do stuff like that. Now, if we forget about every other time frame but the 4 hour, which is a favorite time frame of mine, and I really like the 4 hour, right? And I'm just going to take off some of my moving averages so we can just see this. But if we really look at it closely, and we look at the 4 hour, right, it is getting this beautiful bounce to the upside right here. And you can see the stochastics are pointing up, the RSI is pointing up, and the MACD wants to turn. It's getting a move. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does pump out of this rising wedge, which we talked about earlier. Measured move is the length of this pole all the way back to price action. So Bitcoin, man, it could get back up here to $2 trillion. This is the total market cap, right? Same idea for Bitcoin. It's kind of looking exactly the same. So all eyes on this 4 hour. And, you know, I'll be watching it closely. If we get all the way back up here, double top or something, and we don't get above this region, 1.8, and we start to get rejected, it's probably likely we roll over, and that's just a lower high. You know, if we get above here, then we could use it as support. So this 1.8 trillion area is going to be a big deal. I'll be watching it on the 4 hour time frame. That's going to give us a big move into what's going to happen in the market throughout the week. We get rejected there or there, here or here, it's going to tell us a sign, you know. So, hey, low RSI. We haven't been this low on the RSI since back here, which was about, been a while. That's January 22nd of 2022, really, with the last time we got this low on the RSI, below the dotted line. You see right there? So that also signifies that we could have made a low here. A lot of mixed signals. I will be honest, everybody. It's impossible to really say whether we're in a bear or bull. Like, that's why I say we're bearish. It means you should have bought me a whole Bitcoin instead. I know, right? Did I miss your quant TA or no comment? LOL. Super chats quant. No, don't worry, man. My admins write down all the altcoins that come on in, and then we'll make sure we stay up to date with them. You know. So we're gonna keep Bitcoin total to. You know, we looked at the dollar index. We also like to look at U.S. tethered dominance, which is moving to the downside on the 4 hour. Wants to take a massive dump. It's almost like people are just loving this Bitcoin buy right now. So that's interesting. Tether dominance getting rejected here, massive rejection. If I saw something like that, I would short that. It's getting rejected. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you oscillate on the stochastics RSI, you get high on the RSI, high on the here, right? You also have, look, a little bit of hidden bullish divergence because this swings up nice. I mean, bearish divergence. This swings up, but not nearly as much as that. That is class C or B bearish divergence, and you dump to the downside, right? Dump to the downside. Okay. Now, so there you have it. I mean, total pumping, tether dominance wanting to dump. We are seeing signs in the 4 hour. The 4 hour wants a leg up. So let's hope that we can flag out on the 1 hour. My car took a boo. My new Mazda 6 2021 comes tomorrow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Since I started watching your channel, I've been able to pay off my child support to my 3 baby mamas and was able to get a new wardrobe to hunt for my baby mama. Are you kidding? Yo, are you being serious, man? Don't be stupid, man. Are you being dead serious, or are you being like, because that sounds hilarious and I would love to post that, but like, come on, man. Like, and maybe you're telling the truth, so I don't want to disrespect you, Sean, but come on, man. Come on. Saturday night, baby. Don't forget, tomorrow is a holiday market is closed. We said that. President's Day, baby, for President's Week. Bitcoin will go up or dump a little bit again. Please reply. Nobody knows, my friend. Nobody knows. Only the wind blows. Only the wind blows. Shout out to everyone here. Let's jump on into Quant and see what we have here for Quant. QNT, baby. You know, if XRP starts to kind of pump Quant, look at Quant getting a big leg up right there. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Look, we had Quant pushing up here. We nailed that move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. We wanted 47, but we got a little less. We still got a nice move out of Quant on that pump. All right. So let's take a look at what we see happening for Quant. And you want to kind of flip out to the bigger time frame, right? And you want to kind of make your support and resistance lines the first thing you want to do. Just look at it. Just look at it. Take it in. Take it in. Talk about the story. Say, okay, we bounced off 83. We then got rejected by 158. Nice move. Came back down, making a higher low now. Making a higher low. We can zoom into that, kind of assess what's going on there. Be like, okay. We see our next big resistance point. You can see we could gap up pretty much fast. If we get above there, it's a pretty fast gap. Not a lot of chop in that area. We could gap up here, and then you're back to kind of your resistance point. So Quant doesn't have too much to fight through to get back to the all-time high. It just needs a few spurts when you think about it. Technically, you could say that it kind of broke out, and now it's riding the top of the wedge. Something that we're seeing on total too, the entire market cap. So it's something that we're seeing happening here for Quant. Now, can Quant break out of this now mini wedge? That's what we're talking about. And it seems like it does want to make a move. I'll have you know that XRP, Crypto Muser loves Quant. That's like his hidden little gem. Don't lie, man. Don't tell everybody, but that's his secret crush. All right. When he cheats on XRP, he goes over to Quant's house, hangs out for a little bit, you know. Don't tell XRP. Shh. Crypto Muser. He likes Quant a little bit. He has a crush on Quant. He has a little bit of a crush on Quant. He's going to get over it one day. XRP's going to go to Quant's house and kick Quant in the teeth, though. Shout out to everyone here on the live. IOTX pumping? Possibly. You never know. Oh, my. Andrew P., what happened? Are you talking about the Biden? Ooh, come on, man. Sean Oberke, that was hilarious. Needs to go in the testimonials. I put it in there, but it's kind of crazy. Since I started the channel, I was able to pay off my child support to my 3 baby. I got to delete it because I don't want people thinking that's a joke. Like, it's got to be real testimonials. Like, I got to delete it, man. Because that's disrespectful to people that wrote a real testimonial. They're like, they cry over that stuff. Like, it's not funny. It's not a joke, man, when someone really changes their life or they were really down in the dumps and they say, man, everything's been this different. You know, it's like 3 baby mamas, man. Hey, Quant, where you at? This is XRP. Oh, man, it's funny. But Quant, looking nice right now. A bit of a cup and handle for Quant. Measured move for Quant is 179. It does want to pump on that 4 hours. So can the 4 hour be the one? Can the 4 hour be the one? And that's why you want to look at Bitcoin dominance, too. You want to see it's going to let these coins play out. But right now, look, Bitcoin dominance wants to pump on the daily time frame. We want to get a pump on that. And if we look at Tether dominance wants to dump on the daily time frame. That's what we want. See, this is what we look for. We look for Tether dominance to dump, and we look for Bitcoin dominance to pump, specifically on the daily time frame. And we finally got this resolute. This is a pump for Bitcoin. This has been pretty accurate many times, so get ready. This suggests that we will get a pump for Bitcoin. Why? Because Bitcoin dominance pumps for 2 reasons. When Bitcoin dumps and people get caught up in their altcoin trades and get stopped out into Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin pumps and people FOMO back into Bitcoin because they can't handle not being in it and they just have to jump back in. So because of that behavior, right, we wanna wait to see when we're low on the daily for a massive move for Bitcoin. So a massive move is coming for Bitcoin. This guy says Bitcoin 30K very soon. I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't make assumptions like that. You don't know that, Cam. You don't know that. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm telling you right now. Think your wildest dreams can come true and not come true when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Just be careful. Be very, very careful. Okay? So check it out. So Bitcoin dominance, right? It wants to pump to the upside. So we want to take a look at Tether dominance. And if Tether dominance wants to dump, that usually means Bitcoin's going to pump to the upside. And you can see that we're getting rejected here. We can't make it above. We already kind of went over this. The idea that we're going to dump on the daily time frame for Tether dominance is sitting there. We're hitting resistance at 450, 461. I like what I'm seeing. Liberated financiers, look at the 1 minute Bitcoin. Why are we gonna look at Bitcoin on the 1 minute? We've been looking at it. It's been fun, actually. been interesting when the market pumps like this. I mean, look, it's just going sideways and making a flag. I mean, that's nice. That wants to pump. Look at that. That's crazy, right? I call these emerging cup and handles. And I love when the market rips more, we have more to go over, right? You have a smaller measure move here. And then you got a bigger measure move to the leg, right? And put them to the test. Should definitely hit the small one, but you never know, you know? Let me keep that on ice. We'll come back to it throughout the channel, throughout the show. Do you hear that? Because of pump in Bitcoin. I don't know, man. Regardless of what Bitcoin does, alts follow. Worse to be the downside, though. Years of date supports this overall. Oh, of course, man. Come on. Bitcoin controls entire everything. If Bitcoin dumps, it's going to dump 90% of the altcoins. You have a few that pump and do their thing, but 90% of the altcoins will dump. ACT's been doing crazy things. A-Chain, right? Again, it was getting pumped and dumped, though. You see that? People sweating it. And that's why what I do is I just go on a time frame, like 10 minute, let's see. And look, let me slap my moving averages back on. And I just wait till we get close. Like, go to the 1 hour. You saw that we pumped, right? Look at this. Same thing. Once we pumped here. And look, you had some bearish divvy because you had to swing up here on the price action. And that's why you need to know your divergences. Because divergences will show you when it's time to get out of a trade. That swung up, that swung down. And those two things suggesting that we were going to dump, right? But now it's in a beautiful cup and handle. Look at this thing. If Bitcoin recovers, because this coin has been strong, this thing could pump pretty crazy. It is starting to break out right now. This is a cup and handle. You know, I choose not to overtrade, but I will point out things that are likely to happen. This could do some damage. Look at the support and resistance where it's at. Resistance here in this chop. Came to resistance. Little candle came above that. We bounced off that support area. That could be an SR flip, okay? Holding your own, holding your zone, right? I like what I'm seeing here for ACT. And, you know, it's also small. Doesn't have a lot of time frames to look at what's happening. All right. Cake at 752. Looking at that ticker. How about that ticker at the bottom of the screen, everybody? How about that ticker? How about that ticker at the bottom of the screen? Pretty snazzy, eh? Pretty snazzy, huh? Hey, ove. I worked hard for that ticker, man. I worked hard for that ticker. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Deborah Hottie, I love you, Deborah. You're a sweetheart. One of the nicest people I've ever met. Also, looks amazing. Takes care of herself. Unbelievable person. I can still remember meeting her. When measuring divergence, how do you know whether to measure the top of the price, RSI bearish, or measure the bottom on each indicator, bullish? Bearish divergence is the top. So whenever you're doing bearish divergence, it's always on the top. Always on the top. Always on the top. Bullish divergence is always on the bottom. So you can't draw bearish on the bottom and you can't draw bullish on the top. So bearish and bullish have their place. It's like driving on the one side of the road, right? Like you have to stay on the right. So when you're doing bullish divergence, you must remain on the bottom of the price action and the bottom of the RSI. When you're doing bearish, you must remain on the top. And think about it. Bearish is like jumping off of a high ridge, so you have to be at the top of a mountain to jump off. You know, bullish is like bouncing off of a trampoline, so you must be at the bottom to remain back up. Does this make sense, Deborah? Am I hitting it the way you want? Am I explaining it the way you want to explain? Is it making sense to you? Let me know. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know, Deborah. Like 209 was me. Yo, dude. Shout out to my man, Big Jim 11. Big Jim 11 with the 1-1s, baby. Big Jim never misses it. Husky Police up in the game, too. The administration is going to destroy our economic system. Sell, sell, sell. I believe there's a chance they may. I'm seeing some really creepy signs of something going down. Like it's time they do what they usually do. It's been long enough. You know, I play the fence with a lot myself. RSI, if it's within 10 points, you get good scalps. There you go. Bulls exist underneath price because the center of gravity is lower when they attack. Conversely, bears rise before they attack. Look at that. Bad, bullish, always bottom. There you go. Bad, bullish, always bottom. Look how Sloan did that. Say bad to yourself, Deborah. You got to measure peak to peak on the price and on the indicator. That's awesome knowledge. Shout out to Eric Browning in the game. So they exist above the price. Yes, but how do you know when to measure? I don't know what that means, when to measure. I mean, once you make a higher high, go to the 15-minute, and you just want to watch price action. When you make the higher high and you see that this is making a lower low, I already start, once I start looking at it here, once I'm up here and I'm like, okay, you can be like, all right, what's happening? And then you make a higher high, you draw that line, and you draw this line. You're like, oh, okay, You might have seen it a little late. You might come to your house and you see the chart like this, and you're right here somewhere. You swing this up and you're like, oh, wow, that's starting to play out. We're low, MACD's crossing, I'm out of the trade. I don't know if that, when is, whenever you see it, I guess. I don't know. It's how it happens. It's So you can have bearish divergence on the bottoms. No, never. You never can. Only bullish divergence on the bottom. Stop trying to, I feel like. So you can't have, you cannot have bearish divergence on the bottom. Exactly. Can you take a look at GraphLink Protocol, GLQ on KuCoin? I still have to look at the divergence cheat sheet. Yeah, you just got to check it out anytime you need it. It's very simple. Look. It should be on everybody's desk. If it's not on your desk, you're doing yourself a valuable disservice. Horrible. You're shooting yourself in the leg. The Plaxico bearish. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry. I just had to. He did, though. He shot himself in the leg at a nightclub, or in the hand. I think he shot himself in the hand or something. Unbelievable. No, Plaxico did shoot himself in the leg. The other dude blew his hand up. Right? Pierre Paul blew his hand up with a freaking grenade, playing around with man, if I was in the NFL, man, I wouldn't do I'm not in the NFL, I wouldn't do anything with my body, man. Playing games with his body, man. But again, here's the divergence cheat sheet. This is going to give you what you need. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down, nail it. Hidden divergence, we talked about that on the weekly. I'm seeing it on the weekly right now, and there's a chance that could get us back to the high, even though it looks crazy right now. Yes, the patterns of the divergences are on the wall, laptop. Look at it every day, multiple times a day. In the leg, Pierre Paul with a firework. Yeah, it was in the leg. This guy. We know our insane celebrity, crazy moments. And there's a bunch of divergent stuff you can look. You got bearish, bullish, medium, weak, and hidden, right? I think this one's more easier to see, but they're all there for you. And it's all could be Googleable. This information is Googleable. People do Google. Did everybody see that? People do Google. When you're looking for a restaurant across town, people do Google. That was the worst I've ever seen in my life. Yo, come on, man. That was horrible. People do Google. I was like, yo, come on. Come on, Kamala. We love you, but Jesus. People do Google. I was like, oh, man, I got to turn this off. This is insane. This is funny, man. I fondue like I Google. This is the goal for the brain. I've been doing people image double top and posting the weekly. I've been doing Google image double top and posting the weekly. There you go, man. I hope so. It will be a nice $100,000 Bitcoin. Okay, I just don't know when to measure for. I just don't know when to measure for bearish or bullish. I don't understand that question. I don't know when to measure it. Like right here, look, you had bearish divergence here, Deborah. Swing up to swing up, and it played out. Just the time, whatever time frame you see it on, the more significant it's going to be. But like right here, you had bearish div and we came down. Then you set up your support and resistance lines, and you're like, okay, we got bearish div, but do we break resistance? And then now you're looking for bullish div, right? So now I'm looking for the bullish div. So look, now I got swing down to swing down, and I'm looking for a less sharp move here. And look, see that? Bang. That's divergence right there. It's class C, right? So I just found it right now. Does that answer your question? Because I just found it right now, and you asked me, when do you find it? I just found it right there on the 1 minute. And now look, it's playing out. That divergence should pump us to the upside. We should pump off this divergence. And this is how I'm trying to teach you bullish divergence. And look, the Stokes are low. This would be a nice little scalp here for Bitcoin. You could scalp Bitcoin with leverage on this trade. Not you, I could. A trader. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do with their monies. But look, and there's the pump. I mean, I suggested this pump would happen. Why? Because of the divergence right there. You got swing down and swing down, you got swing up, and you got low stochastics. MACD showing signs of life and a pump to the upside, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now you want to break above. Now you're looking for the break above here and here. These are your next resistance points. If you get above them, then you do the same thing over and over. It's like It's a clinic I'm running here every single day. Jump on into my live stream. Jump on into my trading group. I'll blow your mind. I'm telling you, I'm here every single day, nonstop. 293 people on the live. Can I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. We got more people want to learn this stuff. We want to teach more people the information that they need. I understand. Thank you. Anytime, Deborah. I love you. You're an amazing person, and I know you got this. I know you just needed one little extra piece. And I hope you always compare your trend lines with the trend lines of your indicator. Exactly. Start your line between local highs and local peaks. Okay. I think that's what he's saying too. Good information. Okay. Looks like we just got rejected. And I always go to look at Divergence's chart. Yep. Hello. Is it possible Bitcoin will hit 120,000 next week? Oh, come on, man. That's ridiculous. Maybe she's asking if you do divs towards the end of the pattern or something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, when the Stokes start to get low. That's a good question. So when the Stokes start to get low, Deborah, when the Stokes come around this dotted line, that's when I'm looking for divergence. When the RSI is getting low, right? You can't, you're always looking, perfect question now. So I know even now, when the RSI starts to also come down below these or near the dotted line, that's when you start looking for your divergences, okay? Not until then. So that's a good point. I see what she's saying. I think that helped out. I think that clarified it right there. This channel is all about everybody learning, and that's what it's all about. So can I get a roll call? Where are we all from on this Sunday night for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close? Coming through, each and every one of you here, hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here and spending your most precious asset, and that is your time. Where are we from? Can I get a roll call? Where are we from? Where are we chilling? Let me know where you guys are from out in this wild world. Wagami. Wagme's doing its thing. I got some news too for you guys. Let's jump on into the news for a second. I got some news to break down for each and every one of us. Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Cointelegraph has some great news to kind of work. Analysis: Ethereum price could fall to 1,700 if the current climate prevails. That's kind of sketchy, right? Bitcoin in active supply nears record as over 60% of Bitcoin stays unspent for at least a year. That's never happened. I know I'm not touching mine. So, I mean, there's a lot of people in the same boat as me. We don't touch it. Bitcoin helps our effort to unseat a 20-plus year incumbent, Aurika Rhodes, on Bitcoin Day. Rhodes highlighted the difficulty for grassroots candidates like herself to compete against established members of U.S. Congress. Aurika Rhodes, an elementary school teacher turned congressional candidate, recently featured in Bitcoin Day Sacramento 2020 event to discuss the impact of Bitcoin in local politics. Speaking to Cointelegraph, Rhodes highlighted the difficulty for grassroots candidates like herself to compete against established members of U.S. Congress. Our campaign has officially adopted Lightning for campaign contributions. This revolutionary technology creates accessibility and looks towards the future. I'm excited to provide this option to our supporters across all 50 states. Aurika Rhodes, dude, I mean, she's making moves, dude. If it wasn't for Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, a grassroots campaign like ours wouldn't have made it this far. With the amount of cash on hand at this stage in the race, especially as a full-time elementary school teacher, she explained. Speaking about her campaign specifically, Rose added, Bitcoin has made us viable in our effort to unseat a 20-year-plus incumbent. And such an honor to speak at Bitcoin Day to discuss a campaign finance reform, and we need for financial literacy to be taught in our schools. We also discuss the importance of reminding lawmakers that they're public servants first. I love that. I love that. Sitting there with CK Snarks for being a great host. I love that. Rhodes also believes that the role of local businesses is expediting Bitcoin's mainstream adoption. Is a simple matter of economics. By allowing small and medium business to accept Bitcoin payments, the community refrains from making Bitcoin purchases elsewhere. And according to the congressional candidate, it means to revitalize the local economies. It's okay to hold elected officials accountable. They should lead by example. If we're really serious about making things better, integrity and accountability are so important. Wow, I mean, this girl has got me going. What is she doing? She speaks like a lifer, man. Teacher candidate for Congress, support our campaign. Wow. I don't know what she's about. I need to know a little more. I don't like to get too much into this. I'm not a politician. I'm an elementary school teacher running for Congress. I'm ready to serve. We just need to win in 2022.
Who continues to show up at our local food banks, who works with and supports our local leaders, and empowers our youth through our Kids Have a Voice 2 program.
Okay. I know we can win because our community hasn't seen Congress Brad Sherman actively campaign in 12 years. So he just gets, every year he just gets in there over and over again. And she's saying enough is enough. Time to take him out. Proudly serving California's San Fernando Valley. So he just got in there on the low, and he's just been doing his thing ever since. Look at his pinned tweet from September. Like, his pinned tweet is from like years ago. when your pinned tweet is from years ago, you're not active. I mean, come on now. Like, I get everyone has an idea, but that's just not good enough. Cardano trending right now. Cardano trending. I like to see that as well. Cardano trending. And Zelensky is still calling for diplomatic tension here in the Ukraine. That's what it says here on Twitter. You never know, though. Can you trust that? Who knows? Ada Whale, looking live. Situation Room is Ada Whale. Here's out a perspective on the state of Cardano from one of his most trusted confidants. I like your thoughts, mate. Whether against stables or biddies, Cardano is criminally undervalued at this point. It copped a double whammy of being depressed from false hypes at Alonzo, plus the overall Bitcoin-led macro-induced market weakness, whereas our competitors only got hammered by the latter. We've got another DEX and min swap launching, a sidechain which is imminent, which will have a bridge, lending, and 4 DEXs. We also have an update this month which doesn't require a hard fork, but will no doubt improve overall user experience. And then in June, we have 3 CIPs in pipelining and a Hydra Beta limited use cases. This is on top of all the hidden superiority that Cardano entails. The best things about Cardano price shot, more attractive entry point, tighter core community will remain, getting rid of the Moon Boys. Pain brings change. $3 ADA was a steal. Now it's a grand theft at 96 cents. I mean, I guess I'm not selling my Cardano too. I got it at 8 cents and 2 cents. There's just no reason for me to sell it. I'm gonna hold it long term. So, GM ADA fam, my owners again. Cardano has 100% chance of going to 0, and Bitcoin has a 0 chance of going to $100. Cardano has a 100% chance of going to 0. I don't know about that, man. Bitcoin has a 0% chance of going to $100. I believe that, possibly, you know. Again, follow me at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it. Jump on into the conversation. 4,363 followers and growing. Thank you so much for the love. Wow, Jamal Edwards dies at 31 years old. That's really sad. The British entrepreneur who founded SBTV YouTube channel and helped launch the careers of Ed Sheeran, Rita Ora, and Jessie J, among others, died at the age of 31. His company told BBC fans of music are paying tributes to Edwards following the news of his passing. I mean, that's very sad. Moment of silence for someone that young passing away. That's like really sad. That's sad. Like I didn't know much about him, but that's horrible. That's horrible. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. The metaverse will bring a further erosion of privacy. The metaverse isn't coming. It's already here. And that's why we look at its impact on privacy and how decentralization could help. Unlike some of my peers in the technology space, I don't see the metaverse as a virtual world in which we work, socialize, and shop. Rather, I see it as a point in time, reached in 2020 and into this year because of the global pandemic, when the digital world became as important as the physical world. It's a shift away from the idea that physical reality is superior and preferred over the digital reality. I mean, that's depending on the person. Future of finance, U.S. bankers partner with crypto custodians. Traditional finance institutions must work hand-in-hand with crypto custodians, sub-custodians, and service providers moving forward. Grayscale Investments' latest report, Reimagining the Future of Finance, defines the digital economy as the intersection of technology and finance increases, defined by digital spaces and experience and transaction. They're moving it. NFT payments and conferences, crypto in Latin America. Latin America jumping on in. I like that. El Salvador and more. And Warren Buffett invests $1 billion in Bitcoin-friendly neobank, dumps Visa and MasterCard stocks. The Oracle of Omaha has more companies in a portfolio than have indirect exposure to Bitcoin and similar cryptocurrencies. Warren Buffett halfway dumped a portion of its Visa and MasterCard holdings and increased exposure in Nubank, the largest fintech bank in Brazil. That's also popular among the country's Bitcoin investors. Even though it's rat poison, right? This guy, man. NU, Bitcoin-backed Nubank stock set for New York Stock Exchange debut as IPO, pricing valued company at about $41.5 billion. The company raised $2.6 billion as it sold 285 million shares in IPO. Berkshire bought 10% of the shares in the offering. Of course, he got on the low. He's gonna make a killing on that. Like, he's gonna make man. The Buffett Bitcoin connection. He's all about it, baby. He don't play. He has too much money to miss out. And XRP Mega Whale scoops up over 700 million in the second biggest accumulation spree in history. The so-called mega whales have accumulated over 712 million worth of XRP tokens since December. XRP addresses that hold at least 10 million native units have returned to accumulating more in the past 3 months, a similar scenario that preceded a big rally for XRP and XRP BTC pairs in late 2020. I'll tell you right now, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. There's a suggestion here. Something is happening and look at this. Shoulder, head, and a shoulder on the 1 minute chart. right? Suggest that we do. And look, falling wedge broke to the upside. I suggested you could have played this falling wedge and 68% chance it would break on out. There was your move. That's how you scalp on the 1 minute, if you didn't know, all right? You wait for the stochastics to get low, you draw a pattern, you wait for support and resistance to hit, and you enter the trade for a move. Get a quick 0.3% on 10x leverage. That's 3% gains. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 12 minutes. Making 3% in 10 to 12 minutes is absolutely amazing. I could teach you that too if you'd like. I could do many different things. It depends. I can do whatever I want. I could scalp on the 1 minute for 3 to 10x leverage. I could spot trade on the 1 hour. It all depends on how I feel that day and what kind of trade I want to make. Same for you as well. And look, ACT chain bouncing up to the upside. We like that. Getting a bit of a move here. Getting a bit of a move. 15 minute is coming high. Now look for it to kind of flag on out. But there you go. It got the pump. Watch it flag on out here. What are you doing? I was like, I hit. I'm waiting for this flag to touch the 21. I've explained this in depth tonight. In depth. But again, ACT looking nice. It did break out as suggested. Already up a little bit from the initial entry. Let's take a look here. When I first suggested it, what happened? Let's take a look. I mean, look at that. 8%, a total of 11% since I talked about the coin 15 minutes ago. Make yourself 11.5% gains on the live stream. I'm just saying. In less than 15 minutes, we just made another 11.5%. Bang, 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 bang. And so you can see how my strategy plays out over and over again. There's the 21-day moving average curling. We had low stochastics. It started to break on out. This is also a cup and handle. Sammy cup and handle strikes again. I can't believe it again, guys. It's just, oh my God. It's so amazing. No, anyway. But again, amazing, right? Look at this. ACT pumping to the upside in a giant cup and handle. We're going to flag it out in the 15-minute. Looking healthy on the 1 hour time frame with momentum to the upside, getting the green candle action, getting that movement, getting that pump. And now I know how the 15-minute and the 1 hour move in conjunction with each other. I've backtested it for years and played with it. I can kind of lend that information to you. So again, when you come to this channel, you get blessed because you get years and years and years of trading knowledge just handed to you in 2 hours. Just boom, here you go. Take a look. Boom, boom, boom. We go over the weekly chart. We go over the 1 minute chart. I can trade any single time frame, and I can also help you do that as well. You tell me what you need. I can break it down for you any single time. ACT moving, again, not the best night. I don't pump out charts Sunday night into Monday morning, especially when we're seeing a lot of ups and downs in the market. But I like what I'm seeing for ACT. This thing could definitely pump to the upside. We already made about 11% on the live stream. Unbelievable. 8 to 11% on ACT on the live, man. And that's how we do it. We pull gains out on the live. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, man. Wow, sorry. That's someone who used to say. I shouldn't say that. It's not right. It's just an old saying stuck in my head. I forgot. I appreciate it. I apologize there. Okay. So there's ACT making 11.5% gains on the live stream. Watch this flag on the 15-minute. When this flags on out, I'll have it filled out. And that's what another thing, I have alerts on multiple different coins. When the alert hits, I can see what's going on. I update my whole group, teach them about the alert system that I use, break it down, and there's so much more to learn inside my trading group. Join my trading group for $99 a month. Hang out with a guy that works his complete took us off 14 hours a day, every single day, keeping you guys up to date in cryptocurrency, keeping you guys pumped up. Never missed a live stream, 385 lives without a day off. Who else hasn't taken a day off like that? You can see how consistent I am. Who else would you want to pay? Someone that shows up sometimes or someone that shows up every single time? And here I am, man, episode 385. We don't stop. Episode 384 this morning, 383, 382. I haven't taken a day off in over a year. Shout out to everyone here. Is Bitcoin dead? No. Bitcoin is not dead. I will continue to buy Bitcoin no matter what. Bitcoin is not dead. Look at this 1 minute. About to pump again. Look, you can see it. It's making an ascending triangle. Ascending triangles break up. 50-50 ball, but you got low stochastics with the flip. Highly likely you're going to get another push to the upside here for the move. This is just what the patterns do, right? Boom. We're about to flip on this 1 hour. Watch this thing. Boom. And pump all the way up. Another to 39,300. Highly likely it's going to happen. I like to keep it on ice. We'll get back to it in a split second. Let's jump into the chart. Appreciate each and every one of you for into the chat. Sorry, we've been into the chart. Let's jump into the chat. Hey, there's just a few. There's one word difference from chart and chat. Interesting, right? I'll take the out of chat. I take the out of chart and bring you the chat. No way, big loss. He's a friend of mine. Metaverse, Matrix Field. Wow, look at that. Deborah Hardy, glad I could help. Boom, boom, boom. EOD combination. You're the man. Could you give some analysis long-term and immediate on CKB Vernervo's neck rate, Cal J? If you send a super chat, I will. Thank you for the 248 lifer likes, 268 global lifers watching. You're the best, fam. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Okay. In combination with some regulatory clarity. Anytime. Send in those super chats for TA Deep Dives. Thank you so much for Zero Allegiance coming on into the live stream. Sammy Cup and Hetty, voice announcer, is just epic. Sammy Cup and Hetty, all the way from the... He drove in from the left side. I mean, can you believe that guy? The nerve. Sammy Cup and Hetty, voice announcing, is just epic. So funny. I love you guys. I love you guys. Yeah, guys, this show happens with everybody else. You guys got to send in the deep dives, talk about coins. We work, I work. I want everyone here. Let's have some fun, please. That's how this show works. We need people to get busy, get crazy, and send in those super chats, send in those asks. They could be $1.99, $2.99. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just get it going, baby. Just get it going. Shout out to Cal J. Thank you. Anytime, Cal J. Thank you for jumping on in. Just $400 in profit from your signal. 100. Thinking of joining your trading group. What is your service in the group? Oh, my trading group is unreal. Like for $99 a month, get access to 5 trading rooms, right? Number one, the charts that I put out immediately, right? And again, I'm not even a signals group. You think you're a signals group. I'm just deadly accurate with technical analysis, and I can teach you how to do that as well. But on a good day, on a regular day, I'm posting chart after chart. This is me this morning, February 19th. I woke up this morning, or last night too. This is just this weekend. I work so hard. I'm always in the charts. I'm giving you information. Look, all these different charts, right? DREP, cup, and handles, things that I'm looking at. I'm also saying it's high risk, high reward, right? We posted a short for Bitcoin last night before I went to sleep. Highly likely Bitcoin was going to dump. I said I'm gonna short Bitcoin. We nailed it. We talked about ACH. We nailed that for 8% and more. We've been trading that since 370 actually. We give the call for XCA chain at 370. So you get access to everything that I'm doing, right? Some news, some updates. I tell you what's happening right when I wake up in the morning. I give Bitcoin updates throughout the day, video updates throughout the day, sometimes up to 2 or 3, depending what is needed. We did an emergency live stream together as a group. I also do a live stream every single week on Wednesdays from 6 to 8:30. I show my token metrics account, which costs $100 a month. Man, that's just one room you get access to. Then you get access to the NFT and Metaverse focus group. If you're into that, not everyone has to be, but you're into that. These guys are making a killing. They got into NFT worlds below an ETH. It's now at 13 ETH and more, and they're just highly dedicated. Look at my man. He got an admin in here. This is the NFT admin, NFTbeam.eth. This guy rocks the show, works very, very hard, and he's always banging on them. Check him out. Wigwag too. I got a team, Peyton. They're grinding in here all the time. So you get access to that group as well. On top of that, you get the learning library. If you don't know how to draw charts, and if you're new, you have no idea what's going on, people will sit here and teach you a lot of information. People will break down so much for you and show you what's going on, the ins and outs. Look at the teaching that goes on in here. It's absolute insanity. But again, you can also say, is this a cup and handle? I'm just starting. I never did this before. Check it out. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. And this is here to help you, okay? So that's it. So you get access to 5 rooms. The NFT room, the exclusive charts, all my information, and you don't need them all if you don't want. Then the 99 room is just where you can talk and feel like you need, if it's late at night and you say, hey, I got a chart. What do you guys think? I want to just go over stuff. This is like the lobby where we kick it. Okay? All right? And then on top of that is the VIP charts and ideas where people who know what's going on, because I might be asleep, but I got people in Japan, all around the world, and they're posting charts too as well. I make sure they're vetted. They're the people with the higher skill in my group, and we look at what they're putting down, okay? So you get access to all that, and also my weekly screen share, and then I'm here every day too on the live. So come on in, man. We'd love to see you. For $99 a month, you will not get anything better. Token Metrics itself costs $85 a month, and I include it every single week in my weekly screen share. So come on in, man. We'd love to have you. I'll break it down all the time. I also have learning videos. I'm also putting things down all the time. I have a strategy that's insane, and if you want to learn it, you can hang out. Valuable info. Can you take a look at Karora? Oh, yeah, Karora. An oldie but goodie. And look at that, man. AC chain moving up even more. Look, it pumped up 20%. Look at that. Now up 20% on the move. Bang, bang, bang. It wicked up twice there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Since the call on the live stream today, live in front of everybody, you can see it, right? And then we can flip back to the Bitcoin idea. And is it pumping out from where we saw it? Like, and you can see it is. Look, it's breaking out just as suggested. You can see how well my TA plays out. I have this, and again, nothing's guaranteed. We could dump in 2 seconds. I always use a stop loss. Nothing's guaranteed. All I'm doing is using the probabilities. There's a 68% chance this breaks out. That's all. 50 actually is 50-50, but with the Stokes coming on me, there's probably about a 60. And again, we've gone over the levels that need to hold. We've talked about 39K. We've talked about 38.5. We've gone over all this, and we've kind of broken it down. So, yeah. This thing, booming. Look at that. Now it's up even more. I mean, there's movement here. And people watch the channel. They know where that movement's coming. And again, there's only a matter of time till this eventually does have to flag out. It's getting close to flag time. It's got to have to cool off. It's getting far away from the 21-day moving average. However, since we talked about this thing is now up 27%. Unreal. Got in it about 0.14. It's at 0.17 right now and banging on them. ACT continues to move. And not only do I get in, but I usually get in right around the pop or before the pop. My system has a really good way of telling me when we're about to get a move to the upside. It can identify these movements and bang, bang, bang. You can watch this a lot on my live. This happens many, many times. I'm live every single day. This ain't the first time. This happens throughout the week consistently. So we find a coin, we look at it, we trace it. I look at it on the smaller time frame. I say the 1 hour and the 50 minute are both low. That's my entry point. Bang. Support and resistance. Look, resistance, bouncing off previous support. So you got an SR flip. You got a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. You had low stochastics, and you were touching the 21-day moving average. What else do you need, baby? What else do you need? You know what do you need? I'll show you something. I'll blow your mind. I bet you is at the 618 Fibonacci level. Watch this. You want to get goosebumps? You want to freak out? You want me to freaking make you cry? Watch this. Watch this. Fibonacci level. Look at this. Oh my God, where did we hit? The 618 and the golden pocket. Between the 618 and the 0.5, we went right to the golden pocket. You can't make this stuff up. So do you know your fibs? Do you know your support and resistance? Do you know your stochastics? Do you know your MACD? Do you know your patterns? If you don't, you jump into my beginner's course. It is every single Tuesday. Every single Tuesday, I run an amazing beginner's course, ready to get you going, ready to teach you what you need to know so you can do what I just did. Check it out. Look at this awesome flyer that one of my graphics guys made. Amazing. Every Tuesday from 3 to 5, 2-hour beginner's course. It's 2 hours long. It's $100. You won't find a better course when it breaks it down. And who else is showing you live how it happens? Showing you really how my strategy plays out on a crappy day when the market is absolutely banking on them. We just pulled 27% out on a live stream. All these other live streams do this and this. They don't actually create anything for the person watching the live. I'm not trying to waste your time. I show and prove every single day, and I don't waste your time. So if you don't like your time wasted, if you like learning, if you want to excel to the highest level you can get in life, and if you know you're worth it, then come on into my live stream. $99, of course you're worth $99 a month. Invest in yourself. Get rid of Netflix. Stop buying that coffee every day. Whatever you're doing, find that extra $100 and invest in yourself. I'll be waiting for you every single time, and I'm not going anywhere. So I can't wait to see anyone who's willing to jump on in and get busy. Here, we can flip this to the 1 minute too and see what's going on. You can see, okay, some bearish divergence now on the 1 minute. You have swing up to swing up, but it's not as sharp as this swing up. All right. And again, don't spend too much time on the 1 minute. I don't. I'll be honest with you guys. But it will tell you when you're going to flag out. I mean, you're getting these. Now you got tweezer tops there. Highly likely you're going to have to come down and slow down, come back to the 21-day moving average. It's just highly likely, right? So something like this should be occurring soon. Something like this, and we'll touch this 21. We don't know exactly how it's going to happen. Again, I'm not perfect when the projections occur, but I know we're going to do something of this nature and come back to the 21 before we can pump back up again. And I project the trade before the trade even occurs. And that's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it. Up 27% on the live stream. Unbelievable. Up 27% now live from the entry. I'm amazed too, everybody. I can't make this stuff up. Bang, 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 bang. You know? I don't think I was able to post it fast enough, but you were in the live stream, you could have seen it. These guys just got another one that got sold out. They're making easy money on these NFTs, man. They point out which ones are hot. They give me good leads. I'm telling you, man, that room is hot. Hot, 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 hot. Shout out to my freaking NFT room. You guys are hot. You guys are killing them. You guys are impressing the whole group. I love y'all. I love what you're putting down. I love how y'all working hard. It's amazing what y'all doing. And look, there's Bitcoin flagging out again now. You can see the flag starting. You can see the momentum. And so now you start this flag out. It's the same idea, right? And look, we don't have the moving averages. Flip them back on. We need the 21 to touch again. Look, every time we pump, come back to that 21, get a move, 21, get a move. Now we're away from the 21-day moving average again. I know there's a lot of stuff. It's hard to kind of get a handle of what I'm picking up, but this white line needs to come back and touch the price action. We're going to have to reset on the stochastics RSI. That's just what you see. That's just what happens. All right? We'll take a look at Bookmap for you, too. The lovely people over at Bookmap. I tried to mint, but didn't work for me. Must have been sold out. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. When you miss a freaking amazing mint and you know you could have banked coin on that mint. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. All right. Bookmap taking a bit of a moment to load here. Give it some time. When you're trying to get into an NFT and it sells out in seconds, you know you did the good thing. Like, you bought the hotness because that demand is so amazing. It's going to pump you up. Trying to tell me the market is closing. This market never closes, baby. So where is the little liquidity going? Or where could it be? So they're coming here. The market makers are coming. And you can see they got a lot of buys. 35,000, 32,000, 30,000, 25,000 now, and 20,000. 112 Bitcoin, 510 Bitcoin sitting at 30K. They could move that liquidity any moment. But look, the guy that had that, look, he's still sitting with the sell. 160 to 47, 200 Bitcoin still sitting at 45,000, but not as much liquidity as before. Really a lot more buy zones going on at 35, 32, 30K, 25,000. People trying to get down on that low price for Bitcoin. I'm stocking tomorrow mints now, right? So now my crew, man, the NFT crew, they're going hard on the mints. They're going to find a hot mint. I'm telling you right now, that's what they do. They 10X regularly. I'm about to put a couple ETH on the side, and I'm just going to rock with it. I'm going to rock out with them. I want to get down. I want to have fun. It seems like the NFT space is doing its own thing, and it's getting moves. So you can see here, this is Bookmap showing you where the whales have liquidity. 30,000, 31,000, 35,000. Big buy right here at 35K. Says they want to drag the price down to 35K more than anything else. However, we'll watch the price. They could be spoofing right now to make people short and try to wreck them. That could be just, remember, they could be doing this just to make you think that you want to short the market. Then they could pull these away and pump the market back up and then wreck everybody. So remember, it could be reverse psychology. They could know that you can see their orders and they could flip it back the other way. Always have a plan. Always have a secondary idea against the masses. Outthink the outthinkers. If you can do that, right? It's like impossible, but you know what I mean. So look, there's our pullback. Of course it was going to happen. Now you're looking at support and resistance. And look, shoulder, head, and shoulder. Another thing that I've always taught myself is we break out and we always retest the necklines of inverted head and shoulders. I do not know why, but 90% of the time an inverted head and shoulder will break out and you'll retest that neckline. Look, now we're touching the 21-day moving average. This is when price action can start to move again, when we're touching the 21. We usually go below it a little bit or play with it, and then we start to make a move. I wouldn't be surprised if the next candle is a green candle and we spurt up out of the channel because we're turning now on the low Stokes, and this is my channel. This is what I teach. It's just easier to see it play out on the 1 hour, on the 1 minute all the time. I haven't really done this a lot and exercise on the 1 minute. And now you can see what's our next measured move. All right? It's going to be something like this. and the break to the upside. And then you can scalp and then just consistently take 3% out of the market with 10x leverage over and over again. But you got to know what you're doing. Look, there's the green candle as suggested on the 1 minute, right? How did I know that candle would turn green? It was highly likely based on the stochastics RSI and the 21-day moving average. This is what I teach. I perfected this. I backtested it for years. How could I go out and say such absurdities? How could I know when a bar hit a white line that things are going to happen? How could I understand all this? It's taken me years to put this together. Years. All right? Everything you see me get, every single subscription, every single move I make, every time I get, invited onto BitBoy, I'm telling you, man, it took years and years and years of hard work to get anyone to even recognize me or care. Look, red candle right there. Anything could happen at any given moment. All right? What you want to see is you're more likely to get the bounce now. We'll see. No smaller time frames. You're very oversold in the 1 minute, but then you're breaking resistance too. Now you just broke support. You didn't want to break support. It's tough now. You're like, now you're getting a dump easy. Now you're looking at this next support region. You're like, all right, Bitcoin, you can't break 39,100. You break that, you're going to gap probably back down to 39K. And then this is a breakdown of a falling wedge. Falling wedges break down 32% of the time. So it's only a 32% chance we were going to get this break, but we did. Okay, and that's why you always use a stop loss. Nothing is guaranteed. Wait for the RSI to reset. Okay, but that's definitely a fallout. Now you're looking for a fall back into the pattern at least, or can you kind of make it look something like this? That's messy. It fell out of the pattern, hands down. Okay, and there you go. And now look, rejected by resistance, you look for more downside. Okay, you must respect support and resistance. You can't just learn stochastics RSI and then be like, well, we didn't pump, we were low on the Stokes. Be like, well, did you break resistance? Did you hold your support? Oh no, I didn't draw my support and resistance. I wasn't looking at that. Okay, then. Well, now you got, and again, down here means momentum. Doesn't mean guaranteed pullback. It means we could double dot. We could do this. It means a momentumous move. 39K. So we just got rejected hard by 39,240 and the short began. So just something to think about. Now what you do is you flip back to the 1 hour. All right, I know this is crazy, but this is the method of an insane trader, right? Flip back to the 1 hour, Coinbase, right? And like I told you before, when you went to the 1 hour, you saw we were far away from the 21-day moving average and we were oversold on the stochastics RSI. You can have all the fun you want scalping on the 1 minute, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is no good. And aren't these tweezer tops, and I talk about tweezer tops all the time, right? What are tweezer tops? Two candles right next to each other, both with wicks. That's usually a downside dump, specifically when the stochastics are high. It's very rare you're going to get a pump to the upside. Anything is possible, but the probabilities are in your favor now that you're not. You're going to make a bit of a flag here. Something of this nature is going to flag out. This is what we're looking for. And then we're going to come and touch the 21. We might even drop even lower like this and come to touch the 21. You see? So now you're seeing what just happened on the 1 minute, and it kind of gives you an idea what could occur. I don't jump into trades right now. I watch this flag play out first. If the flag plays out and holds its own, I'll stay in the trade. If we start to bum on down, but right now, even on a Sunday night, I don't open a lot of trades. There has to be more prerequisite for me to want to jump on in, okay? Right now, I'm watching. I'm planning out for how the week's going to play. I'm getting ready for a Tuesday trade, for a Wednesday trade, whether it's a short or a long. I'm planning the ideas. I'm setting support and resistance. I'm saying if Bitcoin breaks this and that, I'm shorting that. If Bitcoin goes up above this, I'm long in this, and I've got my prerequisites, and I'm starting to see. But you can only make those assumptions and those ideas if you have years of TA kind of backing up why you're doing something. And you only get that benefit from putting in the work. And it doesn't come from just jumping in and out of technical analysis. You got to put in the work every single day to get the benefit of it, all right? Doesn't happen overnight. You don't just, join a class, watch 10 videos. I got this. No. It's going to be a long road. It's going to take time. ADA up 10%. UOS, which is one of our nice, we like UOS, starting to pump. We thought it could pump earlier, did not, came back down, then finally did pump out to the upside. Look at that, UOS getting a bit of a move. Out of the look, there's a cup and handle for UOS, and it is breaking out. What we want to see is UOS get above 123. See, the same idea here. It's all about support and resistance every time. If we can't get above this, then we're going to be looking for this or that as our next, so maybe can we bounce off support here? Bounce. Right? And that's kind of what you want. You're getting oversold on the 1 hour, overbought on the 1 hour, and you didn't get above that resistance point. Highly likely you have to come back down to support now. Okay? Support and resistance. However, that was a nice little pump to the upside. Bitcoin Diamond moving, MTV moving a little bit up 8%. EVX, so a little bit of pump in the market. Not much. You know, XRP up 6.5%. Again, not a crazy day. I don't chase gains like this. Doesn't mean we're going to see a huge move. Again, Bitcoin is sketchy right now. Watching Bitcoin closely. I do not open up trades. Okay. BRIDGEWORLD, Treasure Island, Treasure DAO. The website will play music. Okay, cool. Lore, tutorial. They have a long white paper. Might have to read it later. Pranksy minted 2 Zuckies. BRIDGEWORLD Master Game Guide. What is BRIDGEWORLD? BRIDGEWORLD is a game of strategic commerce, trade, and domination, which sits at the center of the Treasure Metaverse. Legions, treasures, and other NFT natives to BRIDGEWORLD represent player characters and items that are used to explore and create, ultimately extract magic from the world. BRIDGEWORLD not only incorporates many of the DeFi concepts that are becoming standard across play to earn, but it also represents a leap forward. I like this. I have to be honest, this is hot. Magic is the key resource that underpins the BRIDGEWORLD. It powers the Treasureverse, connects the world, and makes things productive. It is the glue that binds the metaverses within the expanding Treasure ecosystem. Both its productive assets, the ETH to a part of ERC20, and as the reserve currency via Magic-denominated Treasure Marketplace. Magic is the ultimate energy that is desired by all. Using Magic in the BRIDGEWORLD, Legions are the primary actors in the cornerstone of the BRIDGEWORLD gameplay. They can summon other legions, embark on quests, and become adventurers or master trade and craft consumables. Legions will need to learn, govern, and settle territories at BRIDGEWORLD and will be instrumental in exploring and unlocking BRIDGEWORLD favorites and frontiers. Pretty cool, man. What are the different types of legions? What are the utilities? And the more you read about this, the better it is, because the more you'll be apt to kind of buy the NFT that you're looking for. This is insane. Look how much research goes into all this. This is a long white paper, breaking it down. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And so there you have that more downside there on the 1 minute time frame, right? However, you should, now you're looking at now you see, okay, where did support hold? And it's easier to kind of figure out what's happening to support and resistance, right? So now you look at this. Now you're in a falling wedge again, all right? You fell through the 21. Now you got to get back to it. You usually snap back to the 21 too, just like you snap back when you fall above it. So now we should snap back to the 21. The Stokes should push on up. MACD turning. This is where you may want to enter a scalp. Not you, but any person that wants to learn how to trade. You do whatever makes you happy, right? But I'm trying to teach someone that entering, a trader enters off of resistance, bounce off support. Right there, that is support now. We fell through, and we finally found it here where I had made it at 39,000. You can see I drew that line for a reason. We break that, we're coming back down to 39,033. We break that, we're coming back down to 38,944, okay? Okay, and there's the green candle. This should push up now. Highly likely. I mean, but anything is possible. Remember that. Nothing is guaranteed. All you can go is by the probabilities of what I've seen, the way the stochastics pan out, and the probabilities that I've seen in the past. Okay. Okay. I wanted to see live. What's up with Gary? Support and resistance. It's like the charts are breathing. Yeah, VK is a smart one. I expect this to blow up huge after 30K. We're still early. VK is a smart one. I watched a lot of people on YouTube. Been watching you for about a week since I saw you on BitBoy. God has brought me to the right trader. Learning a ton. Close to signing up for the lifer. Jump on in, man. You would love it, dude. I'm telling you right now. You would love it. But again, read the testimonials. Like all my people say. Here, go to the testimonials, read them. If that doesn't get you going, if reading these doesn't really kind of set you straight, right? But again, life is a certain place, man, and we believe in God here too. Not if you don't believe in God, it's fine. You don't have to be out of my group. If you don't believe in God, we love you, but we do believe in God here on the channel. Karura and AP13. Let's take a look at Karura and AP13. Thank you so much for the super chats. Let's take a look at Karura and AP13. AP13 has been moving. I want to look at it first just because it got my goat a little bit. I like this coin. Wow, this coin's hot right now. I'll be honest. Thought I could break on out. Let's take a look at it where it is now, though. Was on my radar last night. Forming a bit of a flag here for sure. And it's respecting that flag, doing damage. Let's take a look at the support and resistance lines that it's got. This is your measured move to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. All right. Let's look at a bigger time frame. I just want to see what we're seeing. Okay. Okay. And you can see that we're respecting these good moments here, and we consolidated for a long time. Look at this. I mean, this is a breakout of a giant bull pennant. Look at that. See that? We broke out of a giant bull pennant. Measured move was the length of this pole from the back end, right? And you can see that we're getting close. We're on our way to 1104 from 668. That is the measured move. So we looked at the bigger time frame. We figured that out. Now we can zoom on out. However, the daily is high. Daily is overbought. That sketches me out. That tells me that, you know, you may have some downside. You gotta respect the daily when the daily's high. All right? And you're away from the 21. So again, even though I do see some movement that could possibly be coming up, I do have to heed this daily time frame. So let's see this. You know, when you look at a bigger picture, you can see that it's possible we have to come back down to the 21-day moving average before we can pump again. That would form a beautiful cup and handle. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. All right? But just something I'm putting out there because you're away from the 21. Now, you look at the 1 hour. 1 hour's coming down too. All right, not ready yet. 4 hour wants to pump, but again, I'm wary of that. I'm wary of the daily time frame. I really am. Hold on, I'm making lines that I don't need to make. Sorry about that. I'm wary of the daily time frame for AP13 at the moment. However, the 4 hour does want to rock. How what I think could be happening though is this: like, what if we double top here? So like, what if we do something like this? 4 hour wants to rock. Of course, we break back out. We hit this resistance, and then that's when the daily time frame kicks in. All right. So we come back up for a little bit of a move, but then they're overbought on the daily and overbought on the 4 hour, and that's where we get our dump. So I would be weary. I mean, price action does have to come back to the 21 at one point. I'm telling you right now. I've seen it happen way too many times, and not guaranteed. I can't guarantee anything, but the probability is highly likely that that's what's going to happen. All right. So just be wary of that. Watch your support and resistance. Mark your lines. Right. Use the TA to your advantage. Okay. You might get a scalp here out of this to the upside. There's a chance. You are touching the 21, but I think you double top, and I'd be watching this for resistance closely. What does that render if you do get a little bit of a pump here? Man, not bad. 27% gains could be coming out of this, but just be careful. The daily time frame is looming. Just be careful. All right. Possible idea for AP13, but it's high risk, high reward. All right. The daily is overbought. All right. And normally I post way more trades. I just want everyone to know that. But when the market's like this, it's time to chill out. Still coming down on the 4 hour time frame, which is good for the alts. It is good for the alts. But, just be careful, though. Just be careful. All right. It's a Sunday night into Monday morning. It's tough. Let's take a look at Karora here on KuCoin. Karora on KuCoin. All right, let's see what you're at. Why you're asking about Karora. Let's see. Wow, Karora took a beatdown. You know, I thought the parachains were bad ideas. I have to say this. I never staked any of my Polkadot for a parachain. I just, you know why? Because every time I had to lock my coins for something, it always ended up bad for me. I have to be honest. I was always like, nah, I'd rather use that capital when I want it, not when they give it back to me. Also, a lot of the things you had to stake them for 2-3 years at a time. And I was like, what if we go into a multi-year bear market and I get my coins back like at just a horrible time where it's just not a good look, you know? So I don't know. I'll be honest. Like I'd rather have that capital to short the market, right? You'll make way more money short in the market than getting locked up in one of these contracts for 2 years while the freaking. So I didn't, I said, you know what? I trust my trading way better than I trust these guys and investing. And so I didn't do the parachains. I thought they were shady business. I didn't get into them. We ain't no signal group. We are a family. Shout out to Akasha. Love you, Akasha. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you are killing it in the charts. Definitely putting in that work. I would love to meet you all. Akasha, you're doing awesome too. I appreciate each and every one of you for all your support, all your love, and all the amazing people here. Look at all my mods coming in. Look at all the people spreading that love. Jump on into the testimonial group. Read the testimonials. Let the people tell you. Someone tell him, guys, someone just write one right now. The guy is about to get in the group. He's not sure. His name's VK. Let him know what you think. People that are in the group right now, tell them why you joined the group, why it's sustainable, and why you like, why it's worth paying $99 a month. Because I don't want to sell it. I want someone else to sell it. Someone that's already in the group. Let them know. I mean, the testimonials are full, but let them know. Let them know. So check it out. We got resistance here at 226. We got to get above that. We're at a low. I don't chase the falling knife. Carrera is beat to the ground. This is sad. Like, this is sad. This had chances of going places. It did. And, you know, I remember getting the Carrera emails. I just never bought it. I just never bought in. I like Takala too. Akala and Carrera were my ones to win chains. I liked what I saw there. This is a falling wedge. Could break to the upside, right? Let's look. We are beat to the ground on the daily, unlike what we've seen before. So we could be entering a bottom here for Carrera. However, I don't like to call bottoms. I like to call bottom on Bitcoin. I call bottoms on things that are retracing back to areas where they've been before. I don't like to call bottoms on things that I just can't even see. Let's take a look at Carrera on Binance. There's a chance that I might have a bigger chart here on Binance where I can see a little more of what's happening. It's on Kraken, OKX. How long was it been on Kraken? Let's take a look here. Was it longer? No, the same. We're going to go back. Yeah, it came out and it came onto KuCoin. Really? Yeah, that's it. So you'd have to be calling a bottom here. You're trying to catch a falling knife. That's not my bag. So what I do is I would research this, and if I loved it and I just fell in love with the guy and I was like, this is such the team and everything about this is what it was, I would just start buying it anyway, regardless. But I haven't done that with this coin, and I don't have that. It doesn't give me that feeling. So Carrera, I probably will never own this coin. I never did buy it, and I never will. Sorry to who did super chat this. If you're holding on long term and you're praying that it can come back, I don't know. You know, maybe it can. And it all depends on Bitcoin. Bitcoin comes back and pumps, the whole market will come back. And this will come on back. I've seen it happen to many coins, but nothing. I mean, I can't guarantee that. Who knows? So I got to say, most coins do come back when Bitcoin pumps. With this one, we don't know. All right? When it comes to Carrera, I'll swing trade it or get busy with it if it comes up and bounces off 216 and uses it as support. Then I'll start taking it seriously. Until then, it's really just, it's above a bad resistance point that it needs to get above. And if it can't, you can see more downside, in my humble opinion. I gained a new family with the Lifers. Great support team. Always willing to help my Lifer family. Thank you so much for saying that. Ace PR, you're the man, dude. Jumped in the group a few weeks ago. Well worth the money for the education you gained from the group. Join us, Lifers. You won't regret it. Shout out to Roger Clothes. Thank you for saying that, man. And I don't know you, so I love new people coming on in. Ship family, don't get me wrong. Check Shiba Inu Burn channel. Let It Burn by Matthew Perry. Subscribers, watch the videos, likes. Now just today's membership is live. If you want to create your own life at your pace and be free, join the Patreon and start to dial in. Shout out to Jesse's fan. I love what you just said, man. If you want to create your own life at your own pace, join the Patreon and start to dial in, dude. That's so well said. You're the man, dude. I couldn't have said it better myself. Once you join, you'll never leave. And look at this guy. He says, once you join, you'll never leave. It felt so excited for my future till I came into this group. I never felt so excited for my future till I came into this group. Crypto Lifer literally handled us the tools for financial freedom, skill freedom, life freedom. Grace Ashley Harris on the live stream. Grace, you're the best. Thank you for saying such amazing words. Unbelievable. All money on. Let it burn, baby. Let it burn. Let it burn, baby. Love the beginner's course. Crypto Sam, thank you for saying that. I sent 20 minutes ago-ish. Crypto J. I haven't seen it. Cal J. What did Cal J say? Thanks, Maud. I said CKB. He asked for super chat, so said thanks. Let's take a look at CKB, which is Nervos, right? The Nervos Network CKB. And I met the whole CKB team. Got to know Kevin Wang, which is the CEO. Sat down with them in New York City. You know, shot the shit with them, hung out, or, you know, I don't like to say that, I shouldn't have said, but we gabbed the goo, so to speak. Now, I saw it breaking on out. It was doing damage. It got all the way to that 3.5, but then the market just took a dump easy. This thing really has the tech that nobody realizes. It could do big things. The team is dead serious. Like, one of the best teams I've seen. I like the vibe behind the team. I like the group. I've met the team. I've sat with them, from the PR guy to the guys that are helping out on the front lines out at the events, all the way down to the CEO, Kevin, down to their marketing guys and more. So, and one of their founders and so actually they want to come on the stream. We were supposed to have an AMA with them, but then the market kind of got a little funky and it was kind of right. They probably were in their own zone. I was in my own zone, but there was talks of getting an AMA happening. I'm hitting the delete button. I don't know why it's not deleting those white things. Remove. The delete button's supposed to work here. That's so weird. There it goes. All right, so CKB, look what we see here. I mean, I know I'm kind of cheating a little bit here with this move, But again, like I'm trying to find candle bodies. So I could push this up a little bit. I think we see something more like this happening. Regardless, I mean, we're making a higher low here. It's very similar to Bitcoin. Like if it can hang out, hold this higher low and do a double bottom here, oversold in the daily time frame, like that's a nice bottom for CKB. This is a great project. I've sat down with the CEO. Like I'm just saying, like the whole team. I know them well. They're good people. I actually hung out with them for 2 separate days. So like hung out with them for a few hours, then came back then later on that night, hung out with them. It's also a cup and handle forming here for CKB. This is interesting. So it's on my radar now. The daily's extremely oversold. It's a great project. I believe in it. Show me the charts and I'll show you the news. If Bitcoin can hang, everybody, and doesn't dump all the way down to 30K or 32K, I mean, yeah. If Bitcoin dumps, this thing's probably falling out of the pattern. So it all depends on Bitcoin, but I like what I'm seeing here on the daily time frame, and I do like the people, and I do like the project. So a lot to go over, a lot to think about. 161% gains coming out of CKB. This is a long-term projection. This is possible. Always use a stop loss, but this is just something that I am looking at. The chart's a lot healthier than a lot of other charts. I will have to say that. And I know the team. I just got to keep reiterating that. I've done my research. Like, it's cool when you look to people in the face and you know what's going on, you know? Long-term projection all depends on Bitcoin, though. We got to see what Bitcoin's going to do. Whatever Bitcoin does, that will really determine what the rest of the market can grow into fruition or whether we kind of hide out into a bearish tone, all right? So a nice move there, but it all depends on Bitcoin, all right? Lifer's beginner course was life-changing. Lifer's beginner course was life-changing for me. He is a caring teacher who is committed to teaching his students lifelong skills that took him years to learn. He gives us his support 24/7. NY Rapless, Cosmos Adam is ready to fly. We'll take a look at that. Shout out to NY Rapless. One of two. Been in crypto since 2012, 2013. Day after day, I would watch a handful of news and trading channels. The equivalent of tens of millions of unrealized gains. 8 months ago, Fawn Sammy. 2 of 2. At first, I stayed because no one presented the TA in a way that made sense. After 3 weeks of drawing his charts, I joined the Patreon membership. It has paid a 10x if just on emotional support. I love you, man. Maybe Sam's voice, Crypto Roro. In and out of the chat, looking at the charts. But hello, Frankie G. Welcome. Hello, shout out to Frankie G in the house, man. Shout out to Frankie. Thank you for jumping on in, Frankie. Finbook, Crypto Roro, NY Raplist, Cal J, everyone up in the live. Definitely try and get the AMA. I got him. Lifer never sleeps. He puts in the more work than anyone. I get inspired to keep going because of his enthusiasm, work ethic. He is a true humanitarian. Thank you so much, High Frequency. So cool that people say that. I mean, to say that, like, for people to say that about me is amazing. Like, I don't even deserve these words. Like, I don't feel deserving of this stuff. I really don't. Like, I really don't. But thank you very much. Very nice. Each and every one of you. Sunday night, woohoo. And there we go at 10:20. Shout out to everyone on the live. I'm jumping on out. It is Sunday night. I did a good 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wow, it's 10:20. No, we started at 8:15. Yes, you did a 2 hours and 5 minutes on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for jumping on into the live. Man, unbelievable. The support I get. Remember, these nightly streams used to be like, we never even got to 300. Now we're pushing 300 on the nightly stream. So super proud, super happy to see the growth in the market. And let's see, look, this chart look, that's bullish when you see a flag like that on the 10-second chart. We're still forming some bullish signs here for Bitcoin. I got to give it to them. Bitcoin is fighting the 39K, doing its thing. And look, I want to show you something. I'm going to delete this now. Watch this. I know we did all that work. And you're like, how? Because that's how it is for a trader. And now look, this is the chart. I hope I'm blowing your mind now. And look how we formed it. Look how we made this occur, right? And we stayed true to the game, right? Now we want to kind of zoom on out of the 1 minute. The 1 minute can only get us so much. Now that we formed this consolidative pattern, we want to get out into the 7 minute. We want to see what this is doing. 7 minute wants to pop out of this. Now what you can do is you can flag this out. See that? And I mean, that's about to do damage. All right? And now you work the 7 minute the way you just worked that 1 minute. About to move to the upside. 21-day moving average. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, it's just nuts. I can only teach it so much till I'm blue in the face. But I'm telling you, man, I'll do it every day until I change people's lives, until people start to pick up what I'm putting down. Not only will I teach you TA, but I'll also teach you the monetary system. I'll teach you the history of money and gold. I'll explain why you need to be in a scarce asset. Why does Jay Leno buy classic cars? Why do people go after things that have only so many on the world? Because you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Scarce assets, baby. Do what the masses aren't. Learn what they won't teach you in school. They don't make you financially literate in school. They want you to work for a factory. They want you to become a pawn. They want you to be just smart enough to run the copy machine. You know what I'm saying? To say, yes, sir, no, sir. Let me get that for you. Yes, sir, I'll be at that meeting tomorrow, ready to go, please. OMG, when the Patreon, you'll receive a welcome letter with all your links. You can find Lifer's welcome video and letter at the top of the exclusive charts. Amazing. Look at that. And we worked really hard on the welcome letter, too, to get you in. And we short the market, too. When the market dumps, we just take advantage. We shorted the market last night. We made a nice 8 to 10% last night. We did. I can prove it. If you're in my group last night, you can watch my live stream last night. And my live stream last night told you to short the market. And look at this, pumping up to the upside right now as we just spoke. How many times you see me? I show it as it breaks out. Like, I know when things break out. I don't know, but my system can teach you. I just wish I could get through to so many people because people see this and they don't see it. They don't see what I'm trying to put down, but I'm like, I'm a obsessive teacher, man. I want to go back to God and say I did something with my life. I actually helped someone else. Like, I didn't just freaking give myself whatever I want. Like, you know? So, like, just stick with me. I will teach you the way. Like, just stick with me, all right? And it's not going to be guaranteed. We don't know, but there's just a probability. The probability is with us. And you can backtest this stuff. What if I long the 7-minute when it was crossing or making a turn? Okay, I long this turn here. Wow, I would have made 38. Let's see what I would have made. This is brass tack stuff. Like, this is carpenter stuff. Look, I made 0.64% on that move. Not bad. Here's the next time we went from the bottom to the top. Look, 1.5% on the 7-minute. Not bad. This is how you teach yourself if it's worth it. Look, 7-minute here. Look at every time I bought low on the 7-minute so far, it rendered me 0.6, 1.7, about an average of about 0.7, 0.6%, right? How about this one? This one was a nice one. That one gave you 2.25%. This was when the market was horrible today. So look what the 7-minute can do for you, all right? Had you just played the 7-minute all day, over and over again, every time it was low, you just made a purchase. Like, look, this is pretty freaking simple shit. Excuse me, pretty simple stuff here. But look, we're going to circle the lows, right? And so what I do is I get into trades when we're low on the 7-minute or the 7-minute starts to go like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. And look, boom, 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 boom. That one was huge, 2.63. If you're using 3x leverage, that's 6%. That's 6%. That's almost 1%, right? That's 1%. And that you 6 and 6 is 12, and 1 is 13. Another 3 is about another 12, 13, 15, 18. That's almost 20% gains. And it took you from 4 in the afternoon till now. It was hardcore trading, right? That was 6 hours of hardcore trading, but that's how you make a living trading, okay? Like, some people actually trade for a living. Like, they work that chart. They make their moves. Like, that's real trading, okay? And if you want to know why didn't the 7-minute not pop yet, what's happening, you go to the smaller time frames and you adjust. And you can say, okay, well, we're still kind of going through it here on the 5-minute. So the 5-minute suggests that we come on down, we kind of make a little splurge before we do this. Maybe there's a little more action here, But again, you're still seeing a nice tight pennant, right? 1 minute is doing the same thing, but the 1 minute, look, that's about to turn for you. So the 1 minute is just retesting, making sure that strong support, it's about to fly. And that's going to complete the 7-minute. And then your entry's ready to rock. So I just like what I'm seeing. And again, this could dump right now all the way down to freaking here. And this whole thing could go to zero. And everything I just said could be nothing. You have to remember that. You have to be ready to know that you know nothing. All you're doing is playing probabilities that you hope will give you an edge. All right? I back tested them. And I've seen that 70 to 80% of the time they work. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. That's almost every single time I played the low. So why don't I play the low again? Okay? With those you have taught and with those you will teach, you will touch thousands upon thousands of lives. Lives changed forever. Bless you, brother. Your live streams are amazing. Wouldn't miss your stream from one Irish brother to another. Shout out to Bangkok, baby, man. Sláinte, my friend. Sláinte. Sláinte. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. One last thing I wanted to look at before I got out of here. Yeah, mind-blowing, just repetition, years in the market, here we come. Just think where you'll be in years from now. Years from now, you will be a completely different person that sees the market completely different. I never had these skills. 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was trading the market. I started trading 15 years ago, but my first 5 years were just like going in and out and trying to figure it out. Then I started using the stochastics. I started using the charts, but I really didn't have a full grasp. 5 years ago was really where someone gave me the patterns, the cheat sheet. They said, hey man, you need to get into this. And that's where I really started taking it to the next level. Thank God I had years of trading behind me. So I understood the emotional part of it. I understood how to put money in and out. I understood what it felt like to be in a trade for $5,000, $10,000, right? How to lose, how to win. But I didn't know how to use the technical analysis at all. Like that was the next, to truly know what it is. Think about that, 10 years. With those, yeah, I mean, it takes a long time. It does. But again, then you get something that no one else has. Nothing is free in this world. Nothing is guaranteed. All right? And remember that. Remember that. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you are already doing the right thing. There's something different about us, all right? And I want y'all to know that. We're not that same group that everyone's in here on the live. We're a different group. We're a different breed. All right? Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you so much for the chat revenue. Appreciate each and every one of you. I don't know how you got me to $53 in chat revenue. I couldn't even see them. Where were they? Shout out to everyone who threw down, though. Much appreciated. Hope you can check out AP13 on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. We took a look at that. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate you. Super Chats, Karora. We took a look at that. Forecast for Near Protocol. I think Near could do some damage. It's got to stay above that $11, $12 region. Karura, so sorry it got beat to the ground the way it did. Someone asked about a coin that got my fancy, and I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, what is Xenu? People like Xenu. People still like Xenu, right? Which is Zelda Inu. We already kind of blazed through that puppy for a 10x, and then it's kind of left it to the wayside. Let's take a look at our few coins here. Volt Inu. Volt Inu has been doing damage. Let's take a look at Volt Inu. And NYKUK. Whatever happened to NYUKU? Remember NYUKU? A lot of bunch of little coins out in the game here. Let's take a look at Volt Inu, though. Volt Inu. If I'm guessing it's tanked, like all these tanked, but you never know. Let's see. I'm just curious to see. Ooh, look at that. It did. It did. Ooh. Something different about us. See how I put that in there? Something different about us. BK is a smart one. I expect this channel to blow up huge after 30K. We still early. I watch a lot of people on YouTube. Been watching you for about a week. Since I saw you on BitBoy, God has brought me to the right trader, learning a ton. Close to signing up for the lifer, man. You'll do it in good time, man. Whenever you're feeling ready, jump on in. No one needs to feel pressure. You'll find it. If you feel it's us, then you'll take it. If you're already here, then guaranteed you'll be in the group. That's how it works, man. Was just signing up for the Patreon. Where can I find the TA learning info? Wow, someone, we just got a Patreon, my love. Just signed up for the Patreon. Where can I find the TA learning info? Amazing. And the TA learning library is really where you're going to get busy. Wow, look at Volt Inu. It did pump and dump. But what I will show you right now is it's showing signs of life here. I mean, that's consolidation. And that's good consolidation. So I would watch this coin for another pump. I mean, be careful. It's high risk, high reward for sure. And again, if Bitcoin dumps, like watch the whole market. It will be iffy, but this thing could do damage. We already rode this thing up like a huge percent, like 700, 800%. There's 155 possibly coming out of here. It is holding its level. I'd be watching Volt Inu, all right? Just keep it here. And follow me at Twitter. You may just get a chart tweeted right in your feed at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate that. Volt Inu coming at you. Let's take a look at Volt Inu, and let's paste it in here. Okay. Just watch it. High risk, high reward for this coin. Just remember that. Oh, wow. So this thing, that's why I lost... I think the battery's low or something now on the keyboard. It's starting to play games. I gotta get a keyboard for tomorrow or something. 10:30 is too late. And someone took a great picture. I mean, that's a great picture. But look, I mean, bong, 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 bong. I mean, what a nice example of life, right? Try to make it nice and clear and understandable so it makes sense. I mean, this is what I see happening. See, the 5 minute had to reset and come on down. It was going to come down a little bit, see? Use smaller time frames to figure out what's happening. Same as when you use the 50 minute to the 1 hour. Just like I'm using the 5 minute to the 7 minute. Same as you use the 1 hour to the 4 hour. Same as you use the 4 hour to the daily, right? And nothing's set in stone, but you just keep moving them up. This is likely to push up. Likely to push up. 39,000 needs to hold, though. Big deal. Big deal. Look at this. I am grateful I am in for the year. I do not see myself going anywhere else. Who's better? Hey, I appreciate you saying that. Much respect to you and yours. Look, and there's the dump easy. Let's see here. And there's the 1 hour. I mean, the 1 hour too. I'm telling you right now, no matter what you see in the 7 minute, like that's trying to get a 1% scalp. But you see the 1 hour trying to dump on you, no good. Just remember that too. And now you also see, look. And you'd be like, oh, what is he saying? Well, I just want you to see if you're scalping on a small time frame, all right? And the small time frame starts to dump, that usually tells you you're going to see some downside. Look, this is also a rising wedge, 68% chance of a break to the downside, okay? So just remember that. That's a rising wedge, and you're overbought on the 1 hour. Highly likely that will come on down. Okay? Bearish times. And look, you're wicking. You got wickage. I always talk about wick, and you got rejected by the 50-day moving average, and you could not get above this resistance at 39,140. So you just got rejected by 39K, everybody, and like look for some nasty downside now, in my humble opinion, on the 1 hour. Now, the 15-minute, even though, yeah, oh, wow, that's the beginning of a short right there. I short when the 15-minute and the 1 hour high, I open up a short. Let's take a look at Bitcoin 3S right now. And look, once we got rejected by the 7 minute and that didn't play out, yeah, so look at the short starting to pump now. So this is what I see here. Look, go to the 15-minute, reject everything. And again, I don't even trade tonight. Like, I'm not going to trade these shorts. I'm not going to do it. I don't trade Sunday night into Monday morning. If I do, it's like it has to be an alt that looks perfect, and it just like I scalp it. For the most part, though, it's the worst night to trade in the week. Why take the worst night to trade of the week and try to lose capital? Just not a good look. You get it? It's not a good look. This is actually a broken pattern. It's hard to keep clean. But it does suggest that it could break on out. Look, I mean, again, this is the same concept. Low stochastics, pointing up to the upside, right? And you're in a wedge here that wants to come on out. Take the 7 minute on this if you need. Just get a little more clarity. Measured move would be the length of the pole. Sorry. Alt-T from here down to here. Oh, this thing is like, my keyboard's dying. My keyboard's dead. Measured moves up to here, though, at about 168. And there's a short for Bitcoin. Again, wait, 7 minute will retrace, but 15 minute and 1 hour. Okay. Those are my go-to time frames for a scalp to the upside on a bigger, on like a 6 to 8 hour move. The measured move would be right back here to 163. All right. And nothing's guaranteed. Remember that. But this is what you would get, 6.75% out of a Bitcoin dump, In the whole market, you could take a look at Phantom 3S. Does Phantom want to dump with this idea? I'm just suggesting, you can see, look, shoulder, head, and a shoulder. It's so crazy, but like that's a head and shoulder pattern that dumped. Like it broke the neckline and then dumped down. I mean, the measured move of the head and shoulder was the wick here, was the head down to the shoulder, and then you swung that, and that was your exact place where you went. How nuts. I mean, that's exactly how this plays out. Okay? So you can find it bearish, you can find it bullish. All right? And the dump to the downside. And then the bounce, which is previous rejection point, and we get the bounce here at 20. All right? So it's just like, you see how this stuff plays out. Okay? Now you're looking for a rejection back up, to this point. Okay? And again, all eyes on Bitcoin. That's why you have to trade Bitcoin while you trade this. So I hope I blew your mind tonight. I hope we had a good time together. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Thank you to all the people like showering me with great recommendations and awesome love. 300 likes too. That's amazing. That's amazing. 9 minutes on the watch time. Unbelievable. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I can't, there's no words that can express my gratitude towards the amazing lifers that come in every day to the stream. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Be very careful. Sunday night into Monday morning, do not force trades. I'm not a financial advisor, right? Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Get yourself your own financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any trade, project, or coin, all right? But remember, not a financial advice here. Check it out. Not financial advice, all right? I love you all. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you for letting me do what I love to do, and that's help people and share my knowledge. Have a great, wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bitcoin, ready to go for Monday, 10 a.m. as we start the week. Ready to go. I'll be suited up, ready to go. It's just intimate hoodie time on the weekends, but I'll be suited up, ready to go Monday morning. Back to brass tacks. I'm ready to kick some. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow on the live stream. Crypto is life. Have a wonderful night, and be safe. Trade safe. Be careful. Don't force it. Don't force it. All right? Peace. Crypto is life, y'all.